We're recording.
Excellent. Let me see if I remember how to do this. I did not. Lame. Hold on. We're going to wrestle with the bot first.
Bot wrestling.
What did I do wrong, Thomas?
Is it in Jello?
What did any of us do wrong?
I know.
How did we get here?
It looks like it should be right.
On a pirate ship.
Don't forget you have to tag it.
I did tag it.
You have to do
Bastard.
that and then the command.
All right. Let's try it one more time. Nope. Bastard.
Can someone remind me how I play a warlock?
Huzzah! Third time's the charm.
You cast Eldritch Blast.
I don't have that.
Oh. Well, Aaron's
What?
Right now. It's like, what?
Sorry,
Well,
that blew my mind a little bit right there.
last session, a few weeks ago, we started the session with a meeting of some heavy hitters from the leaders of Waterdeep, where they agreed with your conclusion that the pending assault on the city was likely going to be targeting a mysterious conch that was in Umberlee's cache. You also found out about an attack on Baldur's Gate shortly before, and the thought abduction of a wizard of some renown named Ramazeth Flamesinger. The attack did indeed come onto the Deepwater Beacon, and you guys fought and failed at swimming checks and saved or liberated or stole, depending on whose point of view you're going to take, this mysterious conch. The assault on the city was thwarted. As best that you know, the next morning you woke up to some commotion in the dock ward as crowds and crowds of people were leaving the city through the southeastern gate, where there was a massive crowd of people looking at the washed up body of a kraken on the shore. And that is where we pick up, as you guys are on the shore in this massive crowd of people looking at this like building-sized carcass of a kraken on the beach.
Right.
Cracking on
Man,
that
it's
beach.
been a while. Cricket on the beach.
Either a punk rock song or maybe an alcoholic beverage.
Huh.
I was thinking of stepping on the beach. So we
I
ended
don't
up
know.
right as we saw the Kraken.
Yeah, you ended up after a couple minutes walking around there, but that's where you guys kind of last left it. Yeah.
I wanna
Leonel
see if I can
starts
tell how
wondering how much she could make out of a kraken hide.
I bet she does.
I don't
And-
know if you could, like, that's going to be like an octopus. I don't know if you can really skin that very effectively. But you could try. I mean, you can
And-
always try.
Remind me, Brian, were we able to determine if this particular Kraken was Slarkathel or not?
I don't think
To
we
the best
could.
of your knowledge, you are fairly sure it is not Slarkathel.
I'm going to see if I can tell how long it's been dead.
Make a medicine check.
That kraken wasn't there when we were here yesterday.
I will give myself
Sure, it was
guidance.
not.
Ooh.
It definitely has to do with the conch.
Oh,
We
oh,
definitely.
sorry, I rolled a D3.
It's very
Oh
fresh.
my god, I rolled a D quarter.
Very fresh.
So 19 plus 2.25.
Okay, it's a 20.
I have to scroll up so far to find my music, Thomas.
What on earth?
So
possess-
with the 20, it's pretty fresh. Is that what you said?
It's very fresh.
Very fresh. Well, we didn't blow on the conch or anything, did we?
You guys have not done anything with that.
Yeah, we just have it.
Correct.
Are there
Somebody
any
wanted to like give it away, and I was like, no, fuck you.
We're
are there
like,
any
"Neener,
visible
neener,
signs of how
neener.
it died?
You've
Um,
got your conch."
with a medicine check, I would say there are some superficial wounds on it that you notice, kind of throughout the body.
Just from beaching itself, we figure.
No, it looks like it was in some kind of battle, but
Hmm.
none of the battle wounds were anywhere close to grievous enough to slay it.
Or
But
probably
you do,
even make it run in terror.
right, but you do notice um, coming from some of the orifices in what would be the head, fresh blood oozing out from the interior of the skull.
Interesting.
If I remember correctly, there's like a mermaid genie or something that we can blow the conch to talk to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think we were planning on doing that at some point. It was
before,
I think we were about to do it, and then we were like, oh, what are all these people looking at?
yeah.
Raylan's got a big sword, right?
No,
He has a
What
small
is-
sword.
she's a
Raylan has a-
rapier.
And as you
rapier.
guys were doing this, there the town guard and various city authorities were starting to kind of come back and keep people away from it, kind of crowd control a little bit. It's pretty unsuccessful at this point, just because there's so many people and it's kind of a haphazard thing they're trying to do.
Are they trying to keep us away from it?
They will eventually try to keep everybody away from it, but they're like literally just starting, so it's kind of going to take a little bit because the crowds are so big,
How big is this thing?
huge, like massively huge,
Huge.
gargantuan even.
How big of a sword does Salty have?
He has a rapier.
A rapier.
It is
Ah.
pointy.
What about you, Marcus? What do you have?
I got a longbow and a dagger.
Same
What
here.
about you, Jay? Just a dagger?
Just
No
a
one's got an
dagger.
actual. No one's got an actual sword.
Nope.
It's gonna be real awkward at the end of the campaign when we have to take that, sword of beholder slaying and nobody can use it.
The sword of
My
magical
rapier
fuck
is a
you.
real sword. It's not like a
Well-
pointy fake sword. It's just
What
a
type-
rapier.
What are the guards armed with, Brian?
Spears, short
Spears? Any of them with like a halberd?
what is wrong with you? What do you want?
You can find a guard with a halberd.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing that it's bleeding out of its head orifices.
Correct, with no obvious wounds to explain as to why the blood would be coming out of its head.
So I'm going to explain to the guard. We are working for the Lord of Waterdeep. This is part of what we are working on. I need you to split this thing's skull so I can see its brain inside.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I will guide myself.
He tells you no. He has
Hey,
one.
that's a 15.
He says no. One, I have no interest in doing that whatsoever. And two, we were told to keep people away from it, not start cutting it up. So I need you to back up, please, sir.
Fine. I will.
Noble guard does
I
not
will
want to
back
start
up
hacking
one
that
step.
thing up. Like
So we
Joe
all-
Smith, the guard, who's just like doing his Monday through Friday shift. He's like, "You want me to do what? No, I'm not doing that."
So we all
I
agree
don't
this
get
is
it.
Want me to do
definitely
what?
our fault, right?
I am not knowing. I am thinking this creature has had its brain.
A kraken flare.
Perhaps in a similar mental attack, but not being a kraken flayer.
Interesting.
What exactly would we have done to cause this?
We
I
have
do not
the
know.
thing.
I am not thinking we are causing this. I think we are observing someone else causing this.
It's the mysterious conch of kraken slaying.
The conch of kraken beaching.
That's right.
I want to see the thing brain so I can see if it's moosh. Oh well.
I guess we'll leave.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what. I mean, is there anything else that you all want to do with this? Or...
I want to go talk to the mermaid man.
Yeah, we can do that.
You guys gonna go back to the tavern you were staying at?
I feel like we should find somewhere more secure than the tavern to talk to the mermaid man.
What do you have in mind?
I don't have anything in mind. Just I feel like the tavern is probably not.
I have no suggestion other than
place.
not tavern.
Yeah, not tavern. That's my contribution. I can't do everything.
Here's the veto power.
Perhaps at Castle Waterdeep itself. Maybe we could be like, okay, put us in this jail cell, close the door, we're gonna do the thing. That way nobody gets out. You wanna do something like that?
Do you think they need to be underwater or can they breathe air?
I don't know.
We could also just walk along the beach a little farther south and do where there's no one there.
Yeah, let's do that.
Walk along the beach.
You guys are gonna just basically keep going on the shoreline until it's just less crowded, more secluded, basically.
Yeah, we're gonna look for like a little like romantic like side cove.
A
Excellent.
grotto.
Excellent. With violin music and the whole thing.
Yep.
Excellent.
Don't be shy.
Yep.
So we need Sebastian the Crab.
Wow! Wow! Alright, let's see.
Go on and kiss the girl.
So you guys walk down a little bit. There is a pretty major road that leads through Waterdeep down here, so it kind of takes you, maybe close to an hour to go off the road, away from the large crowds, kind of into a secluded area. But you certainly find one easy enough.
Are you wanting I should do it now?
It's fine with me.
I will do the thing that needs to happen to pull the guy out of the conch shell. I think it
When
was
you
rub it.
use an
Rub the
action to
conch.
rub the conch,
Yeah, I will rub the conch.
Aaron's always rubbing his conch.
I have my
Hey.
bow drawn.
a thick sea mist emerges from the shell slowly, and with a flash of harmless lightning, a Marid appears before you. Aaron, I need you to roll a D100.
Oh, he's not what I thought. I thought we were gonna get like a.
He looks like
like
a genie.
I thought we were gonna get like one of those like sexy like romance novel covers, like hides
He's
with passion, like
whoa, what is this?
shirtless merman with abs.
You don't look anything like your profile picture.
I was thinking the same thing, Nicole.
Nicole, that's dirty.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like I thought we were gonna get something like this. But then oh wait, where's the channel?
Let me find it.
Fabio.
Is that not Fabio? Maybe he's the Fabio of his kind.
Raylan's very disappointed. She's just like, oh,
Oh.
hello.
I have no wishes for you.
All
I
right.
wish for you to go back inside, please. Thank you.
Oh, where is that? Hold on a minute.
Here we go. This guy.
Thomas finally gets that Zoolander joke.
Zoolander jokes are awesome.
Right? We made Thomas watch Zoolander for the first time and he was unimpressed.
Thomas, how dare you?
Thomas is wrong.
It was fine. I can't have this conversation again.
Hold on. I gotta find where the notes are on this guy. I'm very disappointed. Where is it? Sometimes they put things in weird locations.
I'll be right
on
back, my
this
food's here.
Like, they have an area for the magic items, but they don't put the guy that's in the magic item there. They put him somewhere else. Bizarre. All right, let's see.
Good to be back in SaturD&D, y'all. I missed
And
you.
yeah,
Hope you guys had fun with your carnival.
Oh, of course.
yeah, it was
Fun.
definitely different.
I like it.
It's definitely right up Nicole's alley. All right, we'll wait for Thomas to get back.
With his Applebee's.
He doesn't like Zoolander, and he ordered Applebee's.
I
What
don't
are we-
actually
what are we
know
even
if he
doing?
ordered.
He's an
I don't
Applebee's
actually know if he
fanatic.
ordered
though.
Applebee's, but
I mean, it's a good
feel like
chance.
that's what it is.
We'll have to ask now. Now we need to know.
It's like a 50-50 Applebee's or Chipotle.
Sure. Not bad options.
But they're better.
Oh, okay.
I baked cupcakes for work this week, and I dropped an entire box of them on the floor.
Oh no!
Yep. I just thought I should share that tragedy with many more people. I have told a lot of people, and I think they're like, "Why do you keep telling us this?" I'm like, "Because I'm
Over
still
cupcakes.
upset about it."
It's traumatizing. That's why I need to share my trauma. All right, he's back.
But we need to know what.
We were judging
where
you for ordering
ordered from.
Applebee's
I got a burrito.
from
From
Applebee's.
Chipotle?
No,
Not from
No to
Chipotle?
both.
no to both.
Excellent.
Well done, Thomas. I'm proud of you.
I was gonna say because a burrito from Applebee's
haven't-
does not sound at all
I
appetizing. to be
haven't
honest.
been enjoying my last couple Applebee's experiences, so they're on my no list right now.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, drama on the Thomas.
trouble in
Bowl.
paradise.
I don't want to talk about it. Let's talk to the merman.
A salty-smelling sea mist emerges from the conch. A flash of harmless lightning, and this fine-looking gentleman appears before you. And in a deep, booming voice, he introduces himself as Sultan Klapikos. He has been summoned from this conch, and I will serve you for the next 1 hour, doing as you command before returning to the conch.
Perfect.
And then if we rub the conch again afterwards, will you serve us for another hour? How does this work?
He says you can summon him 3 times. Each time he will serve you for an hour, but no more than once per 24 hours. If you summon him a 4th time, the conch will lose his magic and he will be freed.
Do you want to be freed?
He stole the question from me.
He says, of course I want to be freed. Who wants to be bound in servitude?
What would you be doing with freedom?
I would probably just go home.
Where is home?
He kind of looks at you all. And he says, they put these in 2 different areas. I don't know why they do that. There it is. He says, you cannot pronounce it very well in this tongue, but it roughly translates to underwave.
I don't think I have heard of anything like that, probably.
Guys, what if we just follow this guy home?
Yeah. What are you thinking of, Umbali?
He kind of considers and he scratches his kind of fleshy, frog-like gullet. I don't have strong feelings for her one way or the other. She serves a purpose within the greater balance of the cosmos.
But you are not serving her yourself.
No.
I'm gonna insight check that. Because I want to know. 4.
He seems fine.
Okay.
What services can you be doing for us?
Well, I have some abilities of in magic and combat. I am very knowledgeable about all of the waterways and passages and underwater areas off the coast of the Sword, off the coast of the Sword Coast. I'm also an expert navigator, if that's something that you should need.
Well, what we actually need right now is we need to figure out what happened to a kraken that died here this morning. Is that something you think you could help us with?
Perhaps the Kraken's origins, who, if anyone was in control of it.
I'm more concerned with the manner of death. I think that's much more manageable than the kraken's history.
Perhaps.
As well, I don't think I don't think I have really anything that can help you there. Divination magic is not my specialty.
Oh, fuck.
Do you know anything about the Krakens?
I have a lot of general knowledge about the krakens, yes.
What do you know about Slarkathel?
Slarkathel's ultimate ambition is to achieve divinity, divine status. He's currently the mortal representative, the avatar of Umberly, the aspect of the Bitch Queen.
Oh man, kraken god, that's kind of cool.
He has a group of followers that do his bidding. Some of them know who their true master is, some of them do not. He's incredibly intelligent and has his representatives in a number of places on up and down this coast in particular. He's a calculated, vile creature, not to be crossed.
How'd
So
you
then
end
how
up
do
in the
I
car?
kill him?
Okay. How do you kill him?
Yes.
Well, with a sword much bigger than that one, I would imagine. Powerful magics might do it. Divine intervention, I suppose, could do it.
I don't
That
really
is quite a
believe in
task
divine
to try to...
intervention anymore.
Salty, you're bumming everyone out. How did you end up in the conch?
I do not remember many aspects of my previous life. I seem to have forgotten as I was bound in servitude.
You know who is binding you?
I do not.
What are you knowing of Abeloth?
I know less of aboleths than I do... less of aboleths than I do
Krakens?
krakens. They are creatures primarily of the Underdark, if I remember correctly. They once had a many ages ago. They had an empire, a civilization of which they were dominant, but through a number of events, it collapsed, and they are very few in number, but they have not forgotten their place at the top, and they used most of their activities now to attempt to reestablish themselves at the back of a new aboleth civilization, at the head of all of the lessers, if you will.
And Dilithid, are you knowing them?
Once again, not as well as both as either aboleths or krakens. My expertise is in more aquatic creatures, as I've spent most of my life in the water or under the water. Mind flayers do not typically present themselves underwater, so my knowledge of them is more limited.
Which is weird if you think about it, because they got a squid face.
Right? I'm aware of their reputation for having powerful psychic and psionic abilities. Like the aboliths, I believe at once in their history they also had a number of greater civilizations or empires, whatever word they choose to use for them, that are no longer around. They had a great war with some of their enthralled subjects that brought most of those down to their knees. They are not really around anymore, and they are more numerous than the aboleth, I believe, but also somewhat rare and reclusive. Generally, their reputation is you aren't really aware that they're around until they want you to know that they're around.
Well, what do we want to have this gentleman do for us for the next hour?
I must say, for a party of small, squishy humanoids, you sure seem to have some powerful creatures you're asking about.
Thank you.
We have killed some of these creatures before.
Maybe I underestimate you.
Probably. But you're just a fish man in a shell. It's not your fault.
The dead kraken is appearing to have perhaps been killed by a psionic attack, thinking perhaps, don't know, if illithid, aboleth, unsure.
That would have to be a quite powerful psionic attack to kill a kraken.
Do you happen to know anything about pirates?
I don't know much about the current pirates, but I have spent most of my life off these shores and in these waters, so I would say I'm fairly knowledgeable of the pirates, yes.
What do you do at home when you're not trapped in a conch shell?
I sit in my palace and I enjoy my life. I like to explore the deep seas.
Would you show me on this
Interact
map
with
here
people.
where your home is?
Make a persuasion check.
I will guide you.
I thought you used to serve me for an hour.
You didn't rub the conch.
I guidance as well.
I'm
25.
curious. What he points at it on a map. So I'm curious. Why do you wish to know where my home is?
Honestly, we don't really have a job for you, so I'm just spitting out ideas on just trying to make use of your knowledge.
Why would Slar
Interesting.
Cathiel want you?
That is an excellent question. I don't know. Maybe he had some purpose for me, some job my servitude could provide for him. I do not know.
There is a number of ghost pirates attacking in Neverwinter.
There are all kinds of curious things.
They are
Are they
fighting with
pirates?
an aboleth in the library. I'm not knowing why.
What use do pirates have with an aboleth? That's quite strange. That doesn't seem to make any sense.
Have you ever heard of pirates taming a kraken before?
That would be laughable. More like the kraken taming the pirates, perhaps.
Have you heard about the Black Armada? Ran by Sea King Gentrix?
Yes, it's at least back when I was aware of them, kind of maybe a medium-sized group of pirates. They were annoying, but not really significant. Did you guys get pulled to where I showed you where it is, by the way?
Yeah.
You have 38 minutes left.
Bureaucrat.
What do you know of the mage named Ramazeth?
Is that a name that any of us have heard before?
I don't believe
Yes.
so. I don't believe you would have. Did I? Did we already do
Yes.
that? All right.
It's
I
been
stand
a minute. I just didn't remember.
It's on session 8. We were told that Baldur's Gate had been attacked and a wizard named Ramazith had gone missing.
Oh, right.
The
Okay,
name
yeah.
Ramazith is on the translated map that you took for my cipher. I'm following things.
Right, but you guys have not learned anything about him specifically, though.
God, I'm such a
Exactly.
nerd.
That's why I'm asking.
All right, hold on. I don't think you guys would have any reason to know anything about him specifically, other than what what you kind of discovered through the course of this. Hold on one second.
Yeah, we don't know anything about him. I just know his name, but his name is also on the same map that the conch is on. So that's why I was like, hey, yo.
His name, by the way.
Open Clappet Call.
He says, "Yes, I've heard of this wizard. I believe he makes his residence in Baldur's Gate. Has a reputation as a bit of a womanizer, if I recall. Has quite a collection of aquatic marine life expertise in marine life as well. A wizard of some ability, as I recall."
And did we hear that he was captured?
He's
Yeah.
missing.
He's missing, and they think that he was taken, but they can't really confirm that. They're not sure.
Okay.
Are you able to conjure up items? Like, say,
Sure.
books, perhaps?
No, I don't do that.
No, I don't do that.
No manual of quickness.
That's pretty useless. I don't think we should free him.
You have
There
28
is.
minutes.
There is seeming to be some kind of relation between you, this wizard, and these undead pirates attacking cities along the Sword Coast.
I believe you.
Do you have any idea what is being the connecting fabric?
I do not. I've been mostly in this conch for I'm not quite sure how long, so my knowledge of current events is probably not as relevant as we would like it to be. Or maybe as you would like it to be.
Anyone else think of anything to ask him?
No.
Do you give good
Kidding.
back massages?
My knowledge of anatomy is fairly robust. It might be awkward but effective.
Did he not have any more information on that wizard? Like anything about what kind of aquatic creatures or what kind of stuff he was studying or working on?
You guys didn't really make a follow-up question. He kind of gave you his
I wasn't
off-the-cuff answer.
allowed. Do you have any other information about this wizard, like what he was working on or what kind of creatures he deals with?
He had a particular interest in aquatic life. He always was researching them, attempting to learn as much about them as he could. Hold on, let me gotta find something here. Oh, here it is. He specialized in abjuration magic, in particular things of water, elemental in nature, control water, things of that sort.
So he's pretty apt at water manipulation.
I think that would be an accurate statement, yes.
Thinking back to the Kraken that was beached, did it look like there had been any kind of like tidal surge?
Nothing like that really jumped out at you.
Okay.
Did it look like it was dragged on the land or it got onto land itself?
No, it looked like it was washed up.
There. So dead krakens float.
Apparently so. Maybe freshly dead krakens do.
Most dead things float when they're fresh. Even walruses. Well, I think we've gotten everything we're going to get out of this guy that's useful for now.
Just for the next 20 minutes, have him go look at the Kraken and see what he thinks.
Yeah.
You're gonna walk into a crowd of thousands of people.
No, he is.
What was it? He's
Didn't it
gonna
take us,
walk
like-
through all of them.
Didn't it take us like an hour to get where we are right now?
Yeah, it actually did. It did take you guys about an hour to walk.
He
down.
can't teleport or anything. He's magic.
Oh, you didn't ask him.
Can you teleport?
Great question. Let me look.
Yeah, tell us all the spells that you have at your disposal. let's just get that out of the way.
Show us your character sheet.
He cannot teleport. No.
Useless.
So, assuming we don't have any more questions for this guy, I would say this after he has gone back into his shell.
I am thinking we should not free him yet. If he is important to the enemy, if he is freed, we cannot keep track of him, and he might be taken.
Would he lose all of his powers if he were free?
I do not know.
Now, I wonder if it's 3 times per individual or 3 times for all of us.
I think after 3 times he's freed. I don't know if it matters who.
We can ask him next time we summon him. Here, summon him again real quick. So now I'm thinking, okay, we can. I mean, do we really have anything here to tell the Lord of Waterdeep?
No, we don't know shit. All we know is the Kraken is dead.
Right, and we don't even know why.
Yep.
I mean, with my 20 medicine check, Brian, is it? Can I fairly confidently say the thing's brain got souped?
You're as confident as you can be given the examination that you did.
Okay.
It's a reasonable supposition to be sure.
Okay.
Why would they soup a Kraken brain?
I don't know. Well, we don't even know. So we don't know if the Illithids are having any kind of influence on this, if they're unrelated to this. We don't know who's behind the pirate map with the black spots, really. And we don't know who's opposing them, potentially.
You know, the list of what you do know might actually be shorter.
I think so. So the next logical lead I feel like we have is to try to go to Baldur's Gate and see if we can track down the wizard.
That would be my vote as well.
I don't think there's any, or not. Did I say Waterdeep? I meant Baldur's Gate. I think I said Baldur's Gate.
You said Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here in Waterdeep at the moment. I can't think of anything anyway. If someone else has
Cheers.
ideas, I'm all ears.
We kill the dragon at the port.
Why?
He has no ideas. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I assume you guys would still have stuff in your rooms because you were at breakfast when you left down here.
Yeah, we would obviously just go get our stuff. We wouldn't just bye.
Well, and would you guys, I don't know, ship probably faster than overland? Oh, you guys have access to teleportation circles, actually.
We do.
Yeah.
So we would try to. Well, I don't have access to the spell yet. I don't.
No, you guys have
It's
the
through
Harper
Jay's
circle.
thing. Yeah.
The Harpers.
All right, so we
You guys
could.
have access to teleportation circles in Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter, and on the Berg.
So we could try to use the Harper's teleportation circle to just
Actually, I
go
think
straight
there's
to
one
Baldur's
more.
Gate.
I'm going to look this up real quick, Jay, just to confirm. I'm going to have you put it on your character sheet so we don't forget it.
I don't know if we just have unlimited access to that, though.
They said you have access to it, so until you're told otherwise, you would think that. Let me find it, though.
Are we in a hurry?
One other thing I would have asked about is that Golden Crown pirate ship.
Golden Crown. Oh,
Well,
you
the
mean
guys-
the mage under the water guy?
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about him.
Oh, okay.
Maybe this Razanoff guy had that one guy's staff.
Okay, so write down these. Here's where the teleportation circles are, Jay. There's one in Baldur's Gate. There's one in Neverwinter, one in Waterdeep, and one in Mirabar.
Sorry, I was hashtag not prepared. 1 second here.
Mirabar?
So you can copy pasta.
Where is Mirabar?
Mirabar is right here.
Oh, way up north. Interesting.
All right. So where to now?
I don't know. I don't know what we do now.
I mean, the only lead we have is the wizard and trying to track his trail down in Baldur's Gate. I don't know what else we would do.
That's where Salty wants to go.
That's fine with me.
All right. So to the tavern to pick up your stuff, and then to the teleportation circle.
Mhm.
All right. As you approach the tavern in Waterdeep, there is a messenger who's pacing out front, and when he sees you, he runs over to you guys and says, "Where have you been? I have you summoned to Castle Waterdeep. Lady Silverhand requests your presence."
Well, I guess we're going to Castle Waterdeep.
Ah, a plot hook, right when we needed one.
We're going somewhere. We'll meet her later. Bye.
Yeah, go away.
Yeah, we get it. We're super
nobody
cool and everybody wants to
summons
talk to us. Tired of all these fangirls trying to get our autograph. God.
You know what? When we've got some free time, we'll summon the Lady of Waterdeep.
We're going to go see the Lady of Waterdeep.
All right. So you go up to the
Who?
same entrance. Who? You go up to the same entrance you were using before. They let you in and they walk you into a conference table conference room, where it looks like Lady Silverhand and let me get their other name. And Reynard Blackbrook and Varja Safar The Black Staff have been waiting. They look a little irritated.
Okay.
And when you come in, they sit down and they bring out a light breakfast.
Did we have
If
an appointment?
you guys are
No,
so
I'm
inclined.
kidding. I'm kidding.
What do
I
you
don't think
want?
We didn't have an appointment, did we?
No, you did not.
Okay.
As you sit down, Reynard throws 5 small pouches that you hear clatter with coins on the table, one for each of you.
Ah, never mind. Thanks for having us.
And there's 100 gold pieces in there for each of you.
What is this?
And they said, well, for your participation in the attack last night, we know you were involved, but we don't really know the details of it. We're trying to figure out exactly what happened. We know there was an assault on the dock ward itself by the Sahagwin. A number of people were killed or abducted, and we know that something happened in the Deepwater Beacon, but we don't know what, and we've been waiting for you to try to figure out what happened in the Deepwater Beacon. So please enlighten us. What happened down in the Deepwater Beacon?
We are going there and acquiring the conch shell.
Oh, I don't know if we wanted to tell them that.
I did, though.
Fuck.
Raylan almost got dragged into a whirlpool vortex.
I wasn't there.
He tried
Not
really
nothing
hard to get away.
anticipated at all.
Kept on getting sucked back in.
Well, what was the assault about, though? What were they doing? Were they going for the conch as we suspected?
Yes.
And now you have it in your possession.
Yes.
It's odd that Umberlee's cache was raided, and I have not heard one bit of bitching or moaning from her clergy. That's unusual. They are...
Perhaps they are dead.
I think I would have heard of that. I don't think that's true. But I suppose I don't know for sure.
Are bearded devils normally on Umberlee's side? Or whatever that thing was that I fought down there that
It
disappeared.
was like a sea devil or something.
Sea devil.
It was a devil.
It was like a water devil, like a water version of a bearded devil is what it was.
Okay, I would ask them about that if they knew that. If they...
I would not surprise me if Umberlee has some kind of summons down there to guard her her space. I don't know for sure, but it certainly wouldn't surprise me. Do you have any idea what the conch is? Have we figured that out?
It summons a creature.
Interesting. Well, I'll be honest with you. If whoever is guiding these very aggressive and somewhat reckless pirate assaults is interested in that item, and Umberlee was also interested in that item, I have no interest in it being in the city. So if you are planning on leaving the city shortly, you're welcome to keep it. I have no claim on it, and it's yours as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah, baby, no consequences.
No consequences.
Oh, that should be the name of the episode.
They do have an offer for you, though.
Yeah, no, we'll leave. Like, we were already gonna leave, right?
Yeah,
What is your
we
offer?
out.
She
They do
said
have
she
an
had
offer for you, though, seeing as how you're involved in whatever is going on. I would like to make your services to the Lord's Alliance official. Will, of course, make it worth your while. Figure out what's going on. It would be such a waste to try to get somebody else involved when you all are so intricately involved already and have proven yourselves to be capable of handling whatever else is going on out there.
What would our requirements be?
And figure out what's happening with the pirates and whatever else. It would be a great service to the Lord's Alliance. We would make it financially worth your while once you complete said mission. I don't get involved in the negotiations of that. That'll be between you and the Black Staff. But of course, you'll be official members of the Lord's Alliance, at least temporarily. You'll have access to food and lodging in any of our allied cities. I have a ship, the Ocean Splendor, a naval vessel from our fleet awaiting your use in whatever way you want to do so, currently available for you. I'll be honest, I wasn't really planning on taking no for an answer, but of course you are welcome to say no should you choose to go do something else.
What what cities are part of the Lord's Alliance?
There's a lot of cities.
Like
in
all of
Lorne.
them.
A lot. There's a lot.
Is Baldur's Gate one of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
So like
Would I
all of the
know if
major
it's-
cities.
Would I know if it's taboo to become part of both the Lord's Alliance and the other one,
The Harpers.
the Harpers?
I wouldn't call the two organizations in like direct conflict, but part of what the Harpers do is they try to curb overzealous accumulation of power. And so that goal could sometimes conflict with certain members of the Lord's Alliance if you have political leaders or kings or dukes or whatever acting in a manner that the Harpers.
You could be their inside man trying
Right,
to
so,
curb it passively from the inside.
You would speculate that the Harpers probably wouldn't care if you worked for the Lord's Alliance for like with a direct goal in mind, as opposed to being like a permanent affiliate of theirs, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
They'll make you an assassin. You can kill Blackstaff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And very easy. I'm sure it'd be very easy.
Well, typically how we do these things is, as the Blackstaff will tell you, is we kind of determine the reward based on the challenge that was presented to you, but we can agree to an upfront price, of course, at first. I will leave it to you. Blackstaff will negotiate that on our behalf. Best of luck in your travels. Please get that conch out of my city. And she walks.
And
away.
I'm sorry, Brian. Did they give us gold, or was the gold that they put on the table just?
No, that was just for helping last night. They just
And how much was
gold
it?
for 100 gold
100.
each. 100 gold each.
Thank you.
And Blackstaff says, she says, well, we have two offers for you. You can either take 2,500 gold each on the completion of your quest with these, whatever's going on with these pirates. But you know, that's a set price. So if you get into more trouble than you feel 2,500 gold pieces is worth, you're selling yourself short. Or we can meet after you complete your quest and come to a mutually agreed upon price of what we think is appropriate for the work that you performed. It's entirely up to you.
I'm fine. I think the second option sounds better.
Potentially, yeah.
Because if we do get a fixed price and then we have to fight like a fucking
Kraken.
But like a legendary black
like-
dragon or something, yeah.
Baphomet or something, and then they were like, "Sorry, we agreed on the
Yeah,
price."
we
beforehand."
agreed. I told
Fuck you, dude.
But will it be lower than
Yeah,
2,500?
it could.
That was my
conceivably
thought,
lower,
too.
Yeah.
But I
But-
can't imagine what we're going to be doing will be worth less than 2,500 gold.
Yeah.
We just find out it's like two rowdy kids.
Right.
And we come back and it's like 2,500 gold, please.
These kids found this world's version of Jumanji and have been playing it.
It's like that's just the deck of many things.
Right.
Rest in peace, Cletus.
So she, upon your acceptance, she throws each of you a token that will basically act as like an ID marker saying that
We've
are.
got power and authority now.
Yeah, you. So if you go
With badges.
Yep, you got badges.
Now let's go fire that guard that wouldn't cut the Kraken's head open.
Lord's Alliance badges. And they also tell you the name of your ship is the Ocean Splendor. It is currently in dock with crew and captain ready to go.
Well, Balazar's accent is going to change briefly, and he's going to say, "Badges? We don't need no stinking badges." Kidding, of course.
Balazar, you're showing your true accent.
So, do we want to teleport to Baldur's Gate or do we want to take the boat?
Is that really a question? Of course we're gonna teleport.
Of course, we're gonna take the boat.
Oh,
I think if we're trying to find this wizard guy, teleport would be better. That way the trail's
After we get there, the less cold the trail is, yeah. That makes sense.
When do we know how long it's been since he disappeared?
According to what they told you, so the attack here in Waterdeep was yesterday, and the attack in Baldur's Gate, where he went missing, was the day before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do want to save time.
Well, let's teleport.
Well, then
All right.
we'll go back to the place with the Harper shipping containers.
We need to ship ourselves to Baldur's Gate
Yeah.
Express overnight.
Okay, you guys are walking from Castle Waterdeep to the dock ward where the teleportation circle is, and a little kid, like a street urchin, Tiny Tim, runs up to Salty. He says, "Here, this is for you, sir," and he puts a piece of paper in your hand and runs away.
Did anyone else see that?
Yeah, he wasn't subtle about it.
Salty will just like.
I think Salty is a secret admirer.
Salty will
it's
just
gonna say, do you like me? Yes or no?
Oh God. Salty will just roll his eyes and open the letter.
What's it say, Salty?
I'm gonna try to read Salty's facial expression as he reads the letter.
I don't know what it says.
One moment.
Salty is a very slow reader.
Yep, Salty is a very slow reader.
The
Brown? The dog?
what the dog doing? It's supposed to be a long note.
What's funny is it's really not.
Damn, Brian just sold you out.
It's fine. Salty's just a very slow reader. He'll just read it, have no facial expression, and put it in his pocket and say, I actually have to run a quick errand first, and then turn around and walk away.
Hey, wait,
Follow Salty.
wait.
They're all like, that's not at all suspicious. Nothing to see here,
how
guys.
this
Let's go.
works.
I rolled a 19 insight. You need to roll like a deception or something to try and hold your facial expression.
Where are we to meet you?
No, I'm just walking with Salty.
All over. Roll a.
It's never a good idea to try to keep up with feline agility.
Wow, that's impressive, Nicole.
Thank you.
Um,
Salty is an open book.
right.
I just want to know if Salty seemed upset or angry.
I'm going to take a guess, Nicole. You correct me if I'm wrong. I would say Salty is confused and curious.
Yep, that's 100% true.
I could just imagine like this person walks up, gives Salty a note, and Salty's like, "I just remembered I have to go to the store for orange juice."
I'm sorry, I left my hamster on fire.
To be clear, Salty rolled a 1.
Plus 10 and rolled a 1.
The reason why GM rolled it is I didn't want to let them know how good I was.
They'll never know.
Too late,
Oh,
Fiona.
the other
You ruined
thing
it.
is Blackstaff suggested to give you guys some leads to either go to this place.
This place?
I'm typing it out.
That
It's called this place.
THIGSH this PLAEZE.
They suggested going to there as a possible lead to try to figure out what's going on. Or the Black Staff thinks this is a waste of time to go to Luskin. But the other guy, whose name I'm blanking, hold on. Reynard Blackbrook, who's like basically in charge of the dock security and kind of knowledgeable in that. He insists that the high captains of Luskin must know something about the increased pirate activity and suggests going there. So you guys actually have a number of different places that you could go to. Plus, and you have time to think about it while Nicole gets orange juice.
I'm getting orange juice?
Yeah, the note said go get orange juice.
Oh, right, yes. I'm getting orange juice.
I'm following Salty. I'm just gonna walk next to Salty.
So Salty turns to leave, and Raylan is following her. And what are we all doing?
I guess I turn around and start following them too.
We're all going with Salty.
Balazar just looks confused. And everyone else is going that way, so I guess he's gonna go that way too.
Got nothing else to do.
Let's all be nosy in Salty's life.
All right, Salty, you have an entourage. Where are you going?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Balazar's might follow, like with a little bit of distance. Maybe not try to look like he's with everyone, you know? I don't know.
What are you, embarrassed to be with us now, Bally?
Always.
Okay.
That's fair.
You let him call you Bally? Wait, not me?
You know better.
Salty starts making his way through the city to the south towards the dock ward. But it's kind of an odd pathing choice. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere directly, and kind of walks through one of the many like little crossroads inside Waterdeep. It's like kind of an open air market. It's really, really crowded. And I need everybody to roll a perception check.
He's gonna try to ditch us.
Can't ditch all of us.
Well,
Ugh, I rolled horrible. I rolled 7.
She almost did. Balazar and Leah, you get lost in the crowd, but Max and Raylan, you manage to hang with Salty.
Salty, why are you doing these weird evasive maneuvers through the crowd? Do you not want us to come with you? You can just tell us that.
He's just gonna go straight to the Queen's Spire.
Salty, I don't think this is a good idea being here.
And then when he gets in, he's just gonna shut the door in her face.
What the fuck? I guess we wait outside. Salty's such an asshole. He could just be like, hey guys, I want to do this alone, but he's just like
That's not nearly suspicious enough, Thomas.
doing weird evasive maneuvers through crowds of people.
So she actually does not go to the Queen's Spire. She goes to a kind of dockside dive tavern located on this kind of...
No, I went to the Queen's Spire.
Did you go to the Queen's Spire?
Yes.
Okay. So you walk into the front door of the Queen's Spire.
I'm gonna wait outside, I guess.
Yeah.
All
I don't
right.
want to go in there. They're jerks.
I'm gonna be keeping watch to make sure that no one's leaving the Queen's Spire from any other place. Like if Salty's trying to ditch us.
Leodel and Balazar are looking where the fuck everyone went.
Nicole, I'm gonna pull you into voice. Jay, I'm gonna pull you down there too, so the recording can catch it. But pull it off and keep an eye out for us going back in the other one.
Okay.
All right, Nicole. So you walk into the main room in the Queen's Spire at the front door, and they all look at you very confused. One of the priests kind of they obviously know who you are, but they seem surprised that you're there.
Sorry, I was looking for your person, but I think I got lost. Is there a different way out of here? Because I was followed by some creepy folks.
Make a persuasion check.
Cool. If I roll terrible again, I'm gonna
know,
be
right?
so pissed. I'll do this to GM as well. They don't need to. And it's gonna be
It's gonna be low.
10.
You almost ditched him even with the 4 is the funny thing.
Oh my god,
Oh,
finally.
there you go. The priest says, "Well, there is a back door that I could show you to if you are willing to make a contribution to the bitch queen." And he eyeballs the altar over there.
Throw over 3 gold.
He kind of side eyes you like, "Really? 3 gold?"
He'll put 2 more. It's 5 gold.
All right. He kind of takes you around the back and quickly walks you to a side door that like kind of leads on the beach to like kind of in the sand dune, so it's hard to see. And there's a path that basically goes around the back up to the walls, and then you're able to slip away without being seen.
Okay. Then I go to the fish and bone.
Okay,
I
so you
did
make your way to.
genuinely forget that that's where she said, and then was like, nope, I'm sticking with the close the door in their face.
So you make your way to the Fish and Bone. It's basically a kind of a dockside dive bar, like with the entrance located on a back alley. You walk in, it smells like fish and bad ale and hardtack. And sitting at a table by herself is Abilene. That's her name, right? Yes, Abilene. And she is not in her cleric attire. She's in just like high boots, like black pants, and kind of a dark green shirt with a cloak over it. Her hair is kind of pulled back simply, but it looks like it was done in a rush, so like some of her hair is out a little bit. And she's reading a book as you approach, which is a very odd thing to do at a place like this. She appears unarmed, but nobody really seems to be bothering with her.
Saunter up. Is that a good read?
She shows it to you, and it's like a series of short stories on like legendary or mythical fey creatures. So it's like kind of like a half truths, probably half legends of like dangerous like horror stories of fey creatures throughout the Forgotten Realms.
So I'm gonna guess you're not used to sitting in bars.
Which is no occupational hazard, I suppose. I don't get out in places like this much. And she kind of puts the book away.
Yeah, I kind of guess most people don't come to bars to read.
She says, I don't get to interact with too many people outside of Umberlee's church hierarchy, and I thought you might understand the crisis I'm having, so I reached out.
I do understand crisis. What's this particular one?
She says, well, I'm having a bit of a crisis of faith. And she kind of gestures at your tattoos on your arms, as I thought you might sympathize.
I
You see, it doesn't make sense that my superiors would ask me to acquire this conch and then throw it in the cache, only to try to steal to steal it. My superiors have never interacted with this Hogman before. If they needed the conch, they knew I had it. I could have simply given it to them. Something is clearly amiss, and I don't feel comfortable going within my own organization. So I thought of you, and your companions to a lesser extent.
Understandable. To the lesser extent. I don't know. I don't know why, but I do have some thoughts.
As well, I'd like to get answers, actually, and I certainly wouldn't call us allies, but I don't think we're enemies either, and you've proven yourselves capable. I'd like to hire you and your friends to escort me to a meeting.
Okay. When's this meeting?
It's a little ways away, and it's a little bit of a journey. I cannot be seen here with you, though. So what we would do is I would meet you in 6 days in Daggerford, and from there we would leave to our true destination.
And where's that?
Near Baldur's Gate, but forgive me for not giving away more than that until you've agreed to the job, but very close to Baldur's Gate.
I'll have to double check with my companions, but I think we can do that. Who are you meeting?
Other members of my order.
And what do they suspect?
I don't know if they suspect anything. I'm very confused. This whole thing just doesn't make any sense.
Okay. I think we can make this work. I'll speak with my companions. Is there anything else?
No. If you do decide that that's what you'd like to do, she slides over a slip of paper, and it's basically a dock location. She says, just walk out to the end of the dock, stand there for 5 minutes, and walk back, and I'll know you've accepted. If I don't see you do it in the next day or two, I will assume that you've declined.
I can do that.
I hope you help me. I will believe I'll get answers for myself, and possibly whatever you all are looking into, maybe answers for you as well.
Yes, I think we have some mutual questions that might be answered.
Well, safe travels regardless. I hope you don't get dead, and I hope we stay not enemies.
Would you like me to walk you back to the Queenspire?
I thank you for the offer, but I'd actually prefer that you not.
That is fair. Though I am heading in that.
And then she walked out the door.
Okay. Sit there. Beer.
And where are you going to go after you leave here?
I'll go back to the front of the Queenspire.
Okay, fair enough.
But I won't go through the back entrance. I will walk to the front where they are waiting.
Sounds good. We back.
We're back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So first of all, let's see. Leah and Balazar,
Uh-huh.
two have gotten separated from your party in this open air market. What are you going to do?
I guess we'll go shopping.
Sure. Oh, that reminds me of something. I'll be right back.
All right, so you guys are spending a little money in the open air market, apparently. Max and Raylan, how long are you going to wait out in front of the Queenspire?
How long does it take?
How long are you waiting?
I don't know, half an hour, and be like, "Hey, Max, do you want to go inside and see what's going on?"
I would let you go inside, and I had to wait outside for probably another half hour.
I'd go inside and look for Salty.
Okay, you kind of walk into the main room of the like the main entrance room of the Queenspire, and there's a couple of priests there, and they obviously recognize you, and they seemed a little bit confused as to why you're there, but they don't really bother you. Salty is nowhere to be seen.
I'd be like, "Hi, I'm looking for my tabaxi companion who came in here just a little while ago."
Oh, have you found her?
No, I don't know where he came inside here, and that's the last I saw him.
Hmm. He kind of looks at the altar and then looks at you. Looks at the altar and then looks at you.
I put 10 gold on the altar.
I believe your friend came in here a little while ago, made a donation, and asked to be shown out the back door.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't
May
see anyone
Umberly
leave
not
this
kill
way.
you.
Max, that weird cat lied to us.
Not surprised.
I don't trust him.
And I didn't see anyone come out the back door.
I think he
Nope.
might be working with
The back
Kraken.
door is not visible from where you guys were.
He's working with the Kraken mind flayers. He's always doing weird stuff, and we never know what he's doing. I think that we need to kill him.
So where are you guys going
We
now?
could decide that later.
Nope, I decided.
Guess we're going back towards dock ward where to try and find Balazar and Leodel.
Okay, you get about 2/3 of the way there, and you see coming down the same road you are, walking in the direction that you came from, is Salty. So you guys are walking towards each other.
Salty, why did you ditch us?
I had an errand.
Okay, but we would have come with you on the errand. Why did you abandon us?
I didn't ask for company.
Well, what were you doing?
I actually have a job, if you want it.
No.
Well, next time you do that, just say you just want to go alone.
I'm not used to working with people.
I don't want your job. I don't trust you.
Okay, that's
Haven't
fine.
even heard what it is.
I don't care. I don't trust this cat man. I think he might be working with our enemies.
Or I don't trust you.
Of course, that's exactly what something that someone that was working with our enemies would say.
But they don't know that we know that they know we know.
Salty's always doing weird shit, and Raylan's sick of it.
I'm surprised I didn't pull out the sword and stab Salty as we walked up.
Or just run away.
I would have put him in a current.
A mild current.
Yep. Just like a very mild undertow, and he would have just been sucked out to sea and never seen again.
I guess
All right,
10
so what
gold wasn't enough.
So what about the three of you? What are you doing now?
Well, why don't we
Um,
see if the others would be interested in this job that I have? It might provide us some answers we're looking for.
Might be a little hard to find them since you tried to dodge them and they couldn't find you. So I'll go back. I'll go to the dock ward. You can go find them.
You guys stagger around for a little bit, and you find them trying on scarves and looking at jewels and children's games in the market.
Salty
Very
snuck
fond
off
of-
somewhere weird and now has a job for us, but I don't trust him.
I feel like this one doesn't quite match. Oh, there you are.
Balazar's just got like a handful
You
of
look lovely.
jerky.
That's nonsense.
Balazar has just a handful of jerky and he's just munching on it.
I definitely am imagining Balazar just like got like 5 scarves draped over him, like 3 hats, but is now just being used as like a holder for all of the stuff that Leodel wants.
Yeah, and he's looking miserable and bored.
Just eating jerky
Yeah.
and standing there.
Oh, what is this job being?
Why don't we go grab a beer and I'll tell you about it?
Very well.
Is it something here in the city, or?
No. It's not for a couple days. Do we want to just go? I mean, I can tell you guys in this marketplace, but I thought we might want to go someplace a little bit more
Raylan
comfortable.
walks away and goes shopping.
That's
Well,
fine.
I think at the very least we should heed the request of the leadership here, and we should get out of town as quick as we can. But perhaps after we arrive in Baldur's Gate, we can go to the first tavern we see.
I
Will
need to
not take
tell
long.
I'll
Might
need to
as well.
tell.
Good.
I'll need to tell the person that we've accepted the job before we leave.
Okay. Well, one drink shouldn't be too long then.
It'll be quick.
Are you
And I
guys
will.
gonna dive into a corner tavern and order around?
I believe so.
Is Raylan joining them, or is she
Nope.
rebellion shopping?
I would tell Balazar
Raid
that I'm
shopping?
going to keep an eye on Raylan. I'll go with whatever you decide.
All right, so a different three of you sitting down for a drink.
So I will slap down the note that I was handed from the small urchin child on the middle of the table. I'm
I will
posting
read it.
Chat. And I said
God.
as you can see, it is very long. It takes a very long time. I'll give you a moment. Let me know when you're done. It's okay.
Abilene.
Necro Velcro.
Necro Velcro.
If you don't recognize
It
the
never
name,
comes off.
if you don't recognize the name, that's the High Priestess of the Queen Spire.
Ah.
Interesting.
I'll say I went to go meet her alone, like she requested.
Why is this note only to you?
I'm the cutest.
Well, I can't argue with that.
I want to insight check that to see if she's not letting on or kind of subverting a little bit.
Sure.
Do you not think I'm the cutest?
How dare you? How dare you?
You're a
That's a
wet
s-
cat. Nope.
It's a 16 insight, and it's not that I don't think that you're the cutest.
Oh
It's
my
that
god!
The bird is the cutest.
did you
That's
roll the
uncanny,
roll?
Nicole. Uncanny. You get the feeling she's not telling you the truth, or he's not telling you the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
You lie, but continue.
Such bullshit.
It's like I'm good at one thing, and I keep
Another
rolling
natural
like
one.
dog shit.
I'm so mad.
We've all been there.
Where were we? Okay, so yeah, I went to go meet her, and she has an opportunity for us. She's concerned about what went down at Umberlee's cache.
I'm surprised she is not wanting to kill us.
Brian, does she know that it was us that was there? I don't think she does.
You know, she didn't tip her hand either way on
Okay,
that particular
and
bit of
I
knowledge.
did not ask because I feel like that would be very illuminating.
You don't think it was us?
Like,
Did you think we were there?
I mean, now
you don't
having
think it
said
was
that,
us, right? Good. It
having
definitely
said that,
wasn't
the
us.
day before it happened, you guys had a conversation with her about that very object and its very location, and then the next day,
I
stuff
wonder
went
if it
down
got
there.
robbed when we were there. We didn't see anything.
So, but
Okay, that's fair.
How to
strangely,
incriminate yourself
your
101.
involvement or possible lack thereof actually did not come up in their conversation.
Okay. Yep. So that was the thing. Where was I? Oh, she was concerned about what had happened at Umberlee's cache. She didn't understand why it was raided, and she had some questions that she wants answers to. That I think might align with some of the questions we want answers to.
You know, I would have thought that it would have been obvious why it got raided, considering that
Because
we
she
had
didn't give us what we wanted.
that we should have just told her that somebody was going to come raid us.
Yes, but she made the very excellent point of if it was in fact Umberlee or Slarkathel, she would have just given it to them.
This is a good point, and we were not the first ones there.
Exactly.
So I can only guess that she wants us to investigate on her behalf, try and find out what happened and report it back to her.
Well, she actually would like a little bit of assistance in visiting some of her fellow priests at a meeting that has been set up, and she doesn't know what it's about. So,
us as insurance, she's trusting us to guard her.
in a way, yes,
It's fascinating.
She must be being desperate to turn to us.
I think she is cautious to turn to someone who is not, to her knowledge, maybe directly involved.
It must mean she's having trouble trusting those that are in her immediate circle.
Possibly, but I think if we get answers from her or answers from the other priests, we may have a better understanding of what's happening with Umberlee and her aspect.
Or at least who is after this conch shell.
Exactly. So would you be interested?
The potential of information is hard to ignore.
I would say outweighs the risk of being around those that are both powerful and not quite so trustworthy.
And
We'll have to convince Raylan.
it will give us a little bit of time. She said it's not for another 6 days, so we can still do.
Well, no, she said to meet her in Daggerford in 6 days, and then you'll leave from there to the meeting.
Yeah,
Daggerford.
but it's right next to Baldur's Gate.
And the ultimate destination is near Baldur's Gate, is what she said.
Oh, where's Daggerford then?
Well, I will show you.
Daggerford is between Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep, if I recall.
So then,
Daggerford is right there. It's about 5 days travel over land. Convenient that you have to meet them there in 6 days if you chose to go over land.
Well, we would have to go.
You can. It's about 3 days by sea when you go down the coast and sail up the river.
And we can't teleport there.
Cannot teleport.
If we do decide to do this, it may not be a bad idea to be there a day or 2 or 3 early.
You have a ship that's faster by water.
Yeah. And it would give us a chance to meet our captain, hang out on the ship. It'd give me a chance to work on fixing my cube of force.
but we would not be able to get to Baldur's Gate to investigate the thingamabobs, but we could spend some extra time in Baldur's Gate. Sorry, in Waterdeep, going to Tharquilnar, the underwater city in the Waterdeep harbor.
Well, Thalquarnar is basically right where you're at. It's literally in Waterdeep, but it's in the harbor. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Is if we take the ship, which gives us 3 days instead of 5, and we have to meet her in 6.
Oh,
we
sure,
take
yeah,
one
then
day
you-
to like look at Tharquilnar, and then we could still do the 3 days, and that'll get us there 2 days early.
Sure.
Does my math check out? Is that something people would be interested in?
The Baldur's Gate thing would be a risk, because there's also the chance that the dude is just gone, and like there's us being there sooner versus a week or 2 from now won't actually make any difference.
Yeah.
Where the stuff here is, I mean, it's on a timer, right?
It feels a little bit more immediate.
Yeah. And the Baldur's Gate, to me, I don't know how it felt to everyone else, but to me it was just like, well, we don't have anything else,
Also fair.
so
These are other
let's just go there. What does everyone think?
Well, everybody is Jay because Raylan
Well,
is
right,
raid
what does
shopping
Jay
and Max
think?
is helping her raid shop.
Well, Jay and Marcus.
Well, Marcus isn't there. Marcus is tailing you.
Oh, that's right.
Couldn't hurt to go check it out and see where it might lead.
Either way, we are needing more information. This might be a way to get it. We will have to convince Raylan.
This entire time I'd be talking with Raylan, trying to convince her that if you guys decide to take the quest, then that's what we'd be doing. She needs to accept it.
Preemptive convincing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, I don't trust Salty. He keeps doing weird stuff and won't tell us exactly why. If we're gonna go do this weird job that for some reason only Salty got offered, I'll need Salty to open up a little bit about all this weird shit he's been doing behind our backs.
Can we have a day count of when I first met these people?
Like
Absolutely.
3 days ago.
Like 3 days
Absolutely.
ago.
Yep.
And I was about to bring that up. We've only met Salty. We've only known Salty for like 3 days now.
Exactly. How many weird things has he done in 3 days?
How many weird things did you do on our first day?
like 0. I was extremely helpful.
Really? I seem to remember you trying to cast darkness and then run away from a fight early on.
That wasn't weird. That was a strategical decision.
Nice way to put it, though.
It wasn't weird.
Either way, everyone. You just got to know that everyone's gonna act different, warm up to the group different at different times.
I think Salty
I
is going to
agreed.
betray us.
Well, I do think that it is a possibility. I think we do need to give Salty a chance to open up, and I do think that Salty needs
Why?
to.
We don't even know him.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I think Salty does need to open up, but I don't think we should push too hard.
I'm gonna push.
There's going to be
Raylan's
some
gonna-
PvP at some point.
Raylan's just going to pout in the back of the group as they start walking to the ships.
Yeah, I know how this is gonna go.
So are you guys going
Freaking-
to... Where are we going now?
I'm gonna Odaluke's Resilient Sphere, Raylan, and I'm gonna sleep Salty. And I'm just gonna be like, shut the fuck up, chill out, both of you.
Children,
Right?
go to your corners.
So where to?
Gonna go to that Undercity.
Yeah,
place, right?
let's do the underwater city thing. I will ritually
All right.
cast water breathing on everyone.
By
All right.
diving bell.
Let me...
Yeah, I will ritually cast diving bell on everyone. Everyone gets a
Whoa.
little bell above their head.
Never
I take it
let
off.
that go.
Oh, I know. I know you're never gonna let that go.
This is a whole campaign about being in the water.
Being in a diving bell. That's what you mean.
Do you think we're gonna go to court later on?
Maybe.
Maybe if Marcus tries to murder some random people again.
Wasn't trying to. That was just.
Cast Thunderstep.
He wasn't trying. He was successful.
That was just gonna be the outcome of what I was doing.
Again,
Really?
he wasn't trying. He was successful.
They were like, haha, we don't like you. And you're like, okay, Thunderstep, I kill all of you.
We don't like you.
Never
You're gonna
speak
hate
again.
this.
This will
Yeah.
not go unpunished.
So yeah, I think if we want to go try Thar,
Okay, sure. So you guys get the water breathing. 1 second. Sorry, I gotta write something down. All right. So you basically just kind of walk off one of the docks into the water, just kind of dump down there, basically.
Yeah, I guess unless there's another way there.
do we know exactly where it is, or are we just like it's in this general vicinity?
No, you pretty much know where it is. It's not it's not like a big secret. You could basically ask anybody in the dock ward. Because this city does a lot of trading with Waterdeep. It's like a community of sea elves, basically. It's almost part of Waterdeep. It just happens to be underwater.
No, it's not a place that's gonna be taboo to go to.
So you let's see.
You also don't have to cast underwater breathing on me.
I do it anyway because I don't know that. You haven't told me.
Sure.
See, this
I
is
chuckle.
part of what Salty needs to open up about.
I chuckle under my breath.
So as you guys
What breath?
swim
My
down,
underwater breath.
swim down deep into the harbor, you can see the underwater town on the harbor floor in front of you, and you are met by 4 merfolk warriors who approach you as you're swimming down, and they ask you your destination and your business.
We're going down there. Because someone told us that this was a lead. Yep.
They look at each other and they say, "That's very, very vague."
What's the wizard's name, Brian?
The Lady Silverhand?
No, no,
the missing
the
one.
black staff.
Oh,
Oh.
no, the missing one.
Oh, Rameth's Flamesinger. Flamesinger.
That's.
Singer,
We were
something.
told that there was a lead for him down here, right? Am I just dumb?
They're not on him specifically. They said that you might be able to run down just a lead about kind of everything going on, maybe the origin of the attack down here.
We were looking for Rameth, this flame spire, investigating his disappearance, and we were told that we might find some information down here.
Make a persuasion check.
Guidance.
$18.
They kind of look at each other. He says, "Well, let's follow me this way," and they take you to a bright marine garden filled with seaweed, coral, and anemones that are all kind of anemones. They kind of have like a soft blue and green glow to them. And 3 of the warriors stand there and wait while one of them swims off. And in a few minutes, looks to be like a merfolk noble, a leader of some kind, introduces herself as Chiefess Reef Silver, and a male sea elf who introduces himself as Cythera. Cythera. I'm gonna write their names.
Cythera.
Yeah, hold on.
Cythera.
Sephiroth.
Sephiroth. There we go.
Oh man. His music is the bomb.
Sephiroth's theme's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, two different people.
One winged angel.
Chiefess Reef Silver, that's the merfolk noble or leader of some kind, and her male sea elf companion Cythera. And they introduce themselves and ask what they can do for you.
I tell them the same thing.
As well, I don't know anything about disappearance of a wizard in Baldur's Gate. Unless you didn't say Baldur's Gate, then they wouldn't say it because they don't know anything.
I wouldn't have said Baldur's Gate.
Okay, now we don't know anything about that particular person's disappearance.
Insight check.
Right?
Me too. And I will guide mine. Oh. A 10.
Well, they seem honest.
Okay.
What do you know about the Sahagwin attack?
Not much, but and you can see the chiefess hesitates, and Cythera kind of bumps her. She goes, "Well, we have some suspicion that that there might be a Malenti in our town. A
What
Malenti.
is a Malenti?
Malenti are deceptive creatures. They're Sahagwin, but they have a unique ability to resemble a sea elf in every way. They're completely indistinguishable from sea elves, but
So you
they
could
are
be a
Sahagwin.
Malenti.
I'm a merwoman. I'm not a sea elf, but I suppose he could be, because I'm not a Melenti.
I shoot a vitriolic sphere at him. Kidding.
If you're not a Malenti, how do you explain this?
So the Sahagwin are our enemies and have been for, well, ever. And they use the Malenti, who are, well, the Sahagwin as a people are prone to mutations and variations, and a Malenti is a variation where they resemble a sea elf or can choose to resemble a sea elf, and they're indistinguishable. They use them as spies and assassins and informants, and we have thought for some time there might be one in our town, but we've been unable to flesh him out.
How
What
can
made you
spot
think
one?
this?
Oh, small things, little things here and there gone missing. We had a number of just it's hard to describe to outsiders, but just very small inconsistencies in the community that didn't seem to make any sense. And then the Sahagwan assault on the city itself and on Umberlee's altars, it just makes sense that they would send in a Malenti before launching an assault.
Yes, it was the Sahuagin that did that. Yep.
Do you have any leads on
I mean,
where
we weren't there.
where
Same
this where this Malenti would be?
Well, somewhere in the town, if they're still here, the assault is over. I suppose it's possible he could have simply slipped away.
And
But
as
if he is
my
still here, it means they're still planning more, I guess. But that's really the extent of our information on the assault.
one more question on that regard, as my very apt colleague attempted to ask. How do you tell that it's a Malenti?
You'd have to find evidence on their person and where they live. You will not be able to tell by simple physical examination. You'd have to find other evidence.
And
Well,
one
I should say there are physical differences, but they're basically only noticeable through very thorough physical examinations. It's not something you would really be able to do just casually, if that makes sense.
And the differences would I be looking for?
Inconsistencies in body structure, gills, just, the Sahagwin, as a general rule, look different than sea elves, but no two Malenti are alike, so you would just need to find those small biological inconsistencies from what a sea elf should be.
I do have a question about the dead Kraken and the battle that happened out at sea. Do you know anything about it?
Oh, yes. That was quite the event. You did not see Kraken slain, but so only once per many generations. There was obviously a great battle. The weather, both on the surface and here underwater, was terrible, and could only have been the result of the presence of a Kraken.
Who else was with the Kraken?
Oh, I don't, to my knowledge, I don't know of anybody that witnessed the battle firsthand. I don't know anybody that would want to go near a Kraken in the midst of battle, but the weather was a clear indication that the Kraken was nearby. I don't know who or what he was fighting, though.
Okay.
Obviously, it was underwater, though. His body washed up on shore, from what I understand. I'm not aware of any witnesses to what happened. It certainly wasn't inside the harbor, though. Somebody would have seen that. It must have been nearby outside the harbor.
Hmm. I wonder if there's anything there worth seeing.
I'm not sure.
Well, I don't have any other questions for you. Maybe we'll look for this Malenti and see if we can get any additional information. Does anyone else have any other questions?
Do you know of any creatures around here that might be able to make brains into mush?
Psychic attacks.
Yes, I'm thinking that there's, many different creatures have some levels of psionic abilities.
Or Kraken.
Oh. That's an odd... Was the Kraken slain
We
by
believe so.
psychic energies? That would be... I can't fathom the amount of psychic energy that it would take to slay a Kraken in such a manner. Frankly, that seems impossible. Are you sure?
Not 100% positive, but it is seeming likely.
The two of them kind of look at each other, kind of with a combination of concern and disbelief and shock, like they're kind of not quite sure what to make with that information. I don't know what manner of creature could wield such power.
Nor do I.
Well, it was nice to have met you all. If we flesh out the Malenti or we learn anything more, is there some place we could send you word?
If you can send word to the Lord's Alliance, I'm sure it'll reach us.
Well, I will do so. Well, best of luck.
Thank you.
OR2 now.
I think maybe look around town and see if we can find this Malenti.
Yeah, they'll let you go down into town if you'd like to.
It's an investigation episode. We've got to find the clues. Ba-bum.
All right, so if you guys choose to go down into the town and try to find the Malenti, it's a little bit of a streamlined process. It's actually a skill challenge. So we basically, each one of you gets to pick a method that you can think of to try to investigate or otherwise discover the Malenti and make an appropriate check.
You know what I will do?
We'll see if you're successful or not.
I will investigate the area for a Malente using my investigation skill.
Okay, only one of you can do that, though. You guys
I
gotta-
will be using my amazing skills of charisma to...
Look for inconsistencies in talking patterns.
Yeah, I will do the insights.
All right,
I'll
so
do
why
an
don't we
insight.
start? We'll start with Balazar. So Balazar, you can do an investigation check to kind of do your initial.
I will guide
groundwork.
myself.
You okay?
Oh, I didn't roll great. 18.
All right. Raylan, you can make a persuasion check to follow up on some of Balazar's leads and maybe convince some of the locals to spill the beans on maybe their neighbors or friends that might be suspicious.
Insight.
No persuasion. You're talking.
Persuasion.
Guidance,
All right,
by
who's
the way.
next?
There was guidance on that.
I will send out Octopus Sweets to see if he can observe anybody doing suspicious things.
Tickle the information out of it.
All right. We'll say make a
Like sneakily.
stealth check to stay hidden and possibly observe any suspicious behavior without looking in a mirror.
Suspicious?
Yeah, because Salty's suspicious, so if you looked in the mirror, you see.
No, suspicious.
Yeah, suspicious. There you go. That also works. So make a stealth check.
Yeah,
No, you didn't hear me. Suspicious.
I was just checking what, and it's advantage. We'll just roll it. $17.
All right. So Max and Leah.
I'm gonna be trying to look for those minor differences that he was talking about.
Okay, that would be a nature check.
Maybe not. Is there any way I could use medicine or perception?
You could use something like insight to maybe listen in on Raylan's conversations, or Leah could do this as well. One of the two of you.
Can I try to just literally track him?
I don't. I think you would need to know where he was to try to track him.
Okay.
So we know it's a he.
I'll do the nature check, though.
Nature check. Right.
Free information.
You idiot.
19.
All right, Leah.
I guess I could try to sneak around the area, kind of like what Salty was doing. I know it's a higher DC, but I can't really think of anything else that I can really contribute to it.
All right, go ahead and make a roll. So it takes most of the rest of the day, but you are able to locate a Malenti in the seedy undercity of the town. When confronted, he very quickly realizes how badly overclassed he is, and he would surrender if you would allow him to do so.
We don't need information from this guy. Kill him.
I think we take him alive.
Yeah, of course.
Alright.
Unless Raylan's still mad about the salty thing and just ends up killing him.
Maybe.
I don't know. Raylan does get a little frustrated in interrogation sometimes. I've had enough of him.
She did choke that one guy to death.
Yeah.
Was Raylan having a hard time swimming up to people?
Yeah.
Was there a bit of a current blowing her back while she was swimming?
There is a mild current here, so.
Well, Raylan is like far down. Just we gotta go get her.
All right. So this is the Malenti's name. Well, actually, who's going to lead the interrogation session?
Ahem.
I think Raylan would probably be best at it. Honestly.
Raylan, roll some form of check that you feel would be appropriate to get said information out of him.
Guidance.
I have advantage on intimidation checks.
That would seem to be a good one.
And I will give you guidance.
Can I just say that when we grab him, I will use my 2 tentacles. What just happened? My 2 tentacles to hold him.
Yeah, and
So
that's
he is-
totally flavorful.
Yeah.
I did a roll bad.
Where's the guidance?
Does it matter?
You never know. Well, if it did matter, that's what it needed to matter. In exchange for his life, Elancor will tell you that all of the attacks are being coordinated by the pirate seeking Tentrix. And that is about the limit of the information that he knows.
Intrix.
The one for the map.
The name that's on the map, yeah.
Does he,
Of the Black Armada.
any idea where Tentrix is located?
He says he does not.
Not gonna lie, I thought that was a J, not a T on the map.
And Raylan, roll a 1d3. The chief, thanking you for finding the spy within his city, gives you guys this. Did you see it, or do I need to show it to you? Oh, I need to show it to you. There you go.
I think I should have that.
I was thinking I should get it.
Yeah, I think Max should have it.
I think it's definitely something that I need.
All right, so it is the end of the day. What are you guys doing?
Spending what time is left in the day working on repairing my cube of force.
Okay, very little time. What we give you hours to do, right?
I think so. I don't remember how many hours I have to go, though.
No, well, I certainly don't know that. Well,
Do you remember how many you started me out with?
I don't remember that either. Nope.
Oh,
We'll have to figure it out.
okay.
Are you guys just going back to the tavern?
Unless someone else has other ideas, that's what I would do.
Yep.
All right. So you spend the day in the tavern, get a long rest, and the next day, the 28th of Chess is upon us. It's a beautiful day outside. Spring is coming. What are you going to do now?
You want to get on our boat?
I'm on a boat. Yeah, you haven't gone and met your boat yet.
Because I think we wanted to sail down.
What boat? I don't know anything about a boat.
We were given a boat.
You were there when we got a boat.
Oh. Who gave us a boat?
Blackstaff.
Lord's Alliance.
Oh, that's right.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
I'm on a boat.
So, are we going to Baldur's Gate then?
I think first we go to Daggerfell.
Why are we going to Daggerfell? Because no one told me about what you guys decided to do with Salty's Quest.
We would.
Had this conversation.
We haven't had this conversation. We would have that probably at the tavern that night.
There you go. So everybody's on the
And-
same page.
Do we need to convince Raylan? We probably do.
The only person Raylan trusts less than Salty is the sea priest bitch.
You know, I had that thought too. I'm like, that's not
Who
going
wants
help
us
her
to
game.
go there? Why would she ask us for help? She hates us. We've had nothing but negative interactions with her, and then she's like, "Hey, I need you guys to leave the city where you're safe and have influence and power, and help me.
This could
You're
be
the only ones I can trust."
this
Don't
could
worry.
be being a trap. However, even if it is, the potential for information is great.
Don't worry, Raylan, I'll protect you.
Think of it this way: we are to be using her, not her using us.
And this way, if it is a trap, you'll get to kill her.
True.
And I'll lean over to Raylan and Salty at that too, since you set it up.
Oh.
If it's a trap, I'm going to kill Salty. I suspect he's been hiding something for us for some time, and I think he might be trying to set us up.
Am I at this dinner?
Yep.
Salty doesn't say anything.
Probably didn't hear me whisper, but Raylan just said it straight
Nope,
out.
Raylan would have said it loud.
Do you agree to the Salty?
Do I agree to being killed? Is that a real question?
I mean, you can
Or
fight
you can
back.
tell us why you're being weird and sneaky.
I'm not being weird and sneaky. I met you guys 3 days ago.
Yeah,
Yes,
doesn't
which
change the
means
fact
we
that you're
don't
being
trust
weird
you.
and sneaky.
I don't know anything about you.
We don't know anything about you.
Yeah, so I'm being the good one and trusting you to help me with this.
After you decided to not trust us with where
Yeah,
you were
you
going.
didn't trust us. You snuck away from us.
Said come alone.
You never told
you
us
could have
that.
just told us that.
I didn't have to tell you that.
Well, then we don't have to go.
Okay.
Okay.
We are going.
If Balazar's going, I'm going. Sorry, Raylan. I did say go with whatever the Balazar decided.
Interesting. Brian, I'm going to put you in a sneaky check.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Is this what it feels like when I keep leaving you guys?
What do you mean, to go into sneaky chat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
Why?
No, I'm just curious. I haven't done it before.
Oh.
I'm just usually the one getting pulled into the chat. Because I'm sneaky. Is it just me, or are those birds, like, aggressive?
They are aggressive.
Like, they're not just, like, the calming calls of, like, seabirds. They're just, like... They remind me of the birds from Finding Nemo. Like, no! No! No!
I'm back.
I think Raylan is planning on how to kill me.
I think we can sort out Salty's and Raylan's quabbles.
So I know Max really doesn't have a problem with you keeping secrets.
Balazar doesn't either. Balazar keeps plenty of his own.
Like, he's told you the important stuff, for the most part. Some of it. He told you stuff. Yeah.
I don't think Salty knows how Balazar does magic, does he?
No, he doesn't care.
He gets up from the table and walks away.
Insight check.
He's definitely
I'm also
walking
going
away.
to side check. Is Raylan
17.
angry? Is that what he's walking?
Raylan is less angry and more.
Disappointed.
I'm not mad. I'm just
No, she feels like you guys are kind of her friends now, and she feels like you are making a poor choice, and she can't do anything about it. So she's frustrated.
Mm.
I would,
She's like, I'm trying to help you. Why don't you listen to me?
She's pouting. Got it.
She's like, I know what's best for you. Just listen to me.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
would get up and
Salty
go
is
after
not
Raylan.
what's best for you. That's what she needs to say.
Max gets up and goes after Raylan. Not like runs up, just gets up and starts walking.
Okay, sure.
Balazar watches and then goes back to his beer.
Does Raylan try to hide from Max?
Leo's
Nope,
still working on her cloak.
That's the most Jay interjection. Jay's like, just so you guys know, I'm doing downtime hours. I'm tracking these. Right, Raylan just goes to another tavern on the other side of town and gets a room.
Would I be able to walk with Raylan over there talking to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay, Raylan?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Translation: I am not fine.
So, where are you heading?
Well, I suppose you all are going to head off to this trap.
I hope it's not a trap.
I hope it's not a trap either, but it is.
So, with you saying that, does that mean you're not going with us?
No, I've been meaning to take care of some things on my own. Anyways, I need to investigate why that devil was down there. It's something I've been interested in, as you know. We've had some conversations about it, so I'll be following some leads here while you guys are off getting ambushed or sacrificed to the sea bitch or whatever you're gonna do.
Hopefully not all of the above.
Well, I hope you're alright. I do. Wishing you the best, and I'll be here when you get back.
You too. If you need any help, just let us know.
Yep, no problem. But, if Salty does betray you, disfigurement, not killing. That's for me.
You want us to bring her back to disfigured so you could kill him yourself?
Or just, like, cut off their arms or something. And then put them in the water, because they can't drown, but they wouldn't be able to swim either. Yeah, I like that.
A little darker.
Well, have a nice week. Enjoy your trip.
I guess so. Sorry that you're not coming, but I understand.
She'd give Max a fist bump.
I would give a fist bump back. And then I'd walk back. And then when I get back, I'd just say, well, I guess Raylan's not coming with us.
Why?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Why?
She thinks it's a trap and just doesn't think we should go, so she's not coming.
Very well.
All right. Well, where to now?
Do the ship in the morning?
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
And as usual, cast Good Berry and Alarm before I go to bed.
All right. So you guys complete your long rest. Wake up the next morning, sans Raylan. Make your way down to the docks, where you see the Ocean Splendor. It's kind of a medium-sized naval vessel of Waterdeep, with definitely some armaments on there. And as you approach, a young half-elf introduces himself as the first officer of the vessel. He says his name is Rydell Redden. And he'll walk you onto the ship and up to where the helm is, and introduces you. As you walk up there, you see this very, very old woman with white gray hair who has a little bit of a hunch over. She has a small, maybe not even a sword, more of a long dagger at her hip, and kind of a bandana tied over her head. She's walking with a little bit of a limp and a hunch, and she has a cane. And he says, "This is the captain of the Ocean Splendor, Lizzie Parch." Her little old lady voice, she says, "Welcome to the Ocean Splendor. Just let me know where you want us to go and we'll be gone." They kind of walk slowly around the helm.
Daggerfell.
What was that, Aaron?
Daggerfell.
Daggerford, of course.
Or Daggerford. Yeah, not Daggerfell. That's something else. That's Elder Scrolls.
Are you ready to leave now?
I am believing so.
I'm gonna look at the boat and just try and look to see if I see Raylan anywhere.
Make a perception check.
These bad rolls.
You do not see Raylan anywhere.
There.
Do I?
You do not see Raylan anywhere.
Okay. I would have used Mage Hand to pick her nose.
Captain Lizzie nods at her first officer, and he starts barking the orders and yelling at the crew. And they pull up the lines, and they shove off, and the ship kind of slowly limps out of the harbor at a slow pace. And once it exits the harbor walls, they unfurl the sails and begin sailing to the south. Hold on. Yep, exactly right. I wish I had that. I wish I had that queued up.
Sure.
Oh, there we are. There we go. So over the next 2.5 days, the ship sails down the coast to the Delamere River, turns upriver, heading towards Daggerford. The journey is fairly uneventful. You do pass a couple of merchant ships, some debris of a shipwreck on the way as well. As the ship exited the harbor at Waterdeep, you passed just a huge naval vessel of Waterdeep. It's Captain Lizzie explains it's the biggest ship in the Navy, equipped with bronze cannons, called the Black Staff. And you imagine that thing is slow as all get out, and probably more firepower than anything else on the ocean. It's just this huge ship, and it was working its way into the harbor right as you guys were leaving.
Ponderously, I'm sure.
Very ponderously, yes. And as the ocean splendor turns upriver towards Daggerford, one second here. You also saw a ship before you turned upriver, like a small, single-masted. It's a ship that's an ocean-going vessel, but designed to be kind of used more close into shore and in rivers. And as the Ocean Splendor turns upriver and is pretty close to reaching Daggerford's river harbor, you see 3 similar ships, single-masted, designed for shallower waterways such as coastal areas or rivers, anchored close to the edge of the river, but as best you can tell, there's nobody on them. Ship sails on and docks at Daggerford, and we're going to take a 2-minute break here.
Minute.
But Brian, I just took a bathroom break.
I know.
You should have held it.
I know.
Well, I can't move. It's the law.
Oh, the cat's got you.
Yeah.
That's got your lap.
She usually
This-
does.
This is why I got a sofa with a chase lounge so he could sleep on the chase part of it, and then I could move.
I always wondered if that was chase or chasse.
I say chase.
It's chassis.
I don't.
CHASSIS.
I don't mind her
Chastity.
sitting with me.
Oh, I like it when he sits with me, but sometimes I also like to get off of the couch, and then there's conflict.
Not me. I want to sit here all day with my girly.
Well, if you gotta pee, I just go in the chair.
He's got a bottle somewhere.
Are you familiar with the WoW rating catheter?
Ew.
It would not surprise me if there were people that did.
There's a movie. It's an old Bruce Willis movie. Not Bruce Willis. Oh, Mustache Man. Burt Reynolds.
Jay, how's your bunker down in the house plan going? Did you ever hear back about whether or not the work was going to be okay with that? I know last week you were telling me about your plan to work from home permanently.
Yeah, well, I mean, I applied for a job that is work from home, but I have not heard back yet. But they also said they're interviewing they're interviewing for the next couple weeks. There's 10 open spots, and they had 114 applicants.
Ooh.
I will not be surprised if I'm in the 90th percentile of those applicants because my interview went amazing, but they said I might not hear back till the 13th, so I'm just kind of in a holding pattern, just waiting.
If
And
you're in the 90th
honest,
percentile, you're good.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, it's killing me a little bit having to wait, but you know, that's how it is. And she said that not all of those people would make it to interview, so I mean, it's not like I'm necessarily competing with all of them, but yeah. I know that my current work won't let me work from home, so.
Be right back.
Even though it's
Me too.
pretty much universal telecom job, so it should be work from home, but my work is stupid, so.
I don't know. I like working in the office sometimes. I get to overhear my boss talking, and then I can gossip about it with my coworkers.
I like working from home right now because I get to work for like 2-3 hours and then do whatever I want the rest of the day while still being on the clock.
Sounds nice.
I mean, I like working from home as well, but I like also just like I only have to go in the office 2 days a week. But those 2 days are peak gossip time.
It's the only reason you go.
I mean, mostly, yeah. I don't do real work.
They try to get me to go in the office on Wednesdays. I said no.
Oh, I should remind everybody that I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks.
Because you hate us?
No, because I have a work conference, and then my brother and sister's baby shower.
Is it the next 2 weeks?
No, it's the 22nd and the 29th.
Okay. So you'll be here next week, but the 2 weeks afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess we'll just continue while I'll be on the Witchlight those 2 weeks.
I guess we'll just have to make sure that Raylan kills Salty sometime, either tonight or next week.
I want Nicole to be there for it.
It's important.
It would be quite funny though if I was gone and I came back and you guys were just like, by the way.
Tonight was
While
kind of the
you were
perfect
gone.
night for me to come back though, because the Ducks are playing on a channel that I don't have access to, so I couldn't watch them even if I wasn't playing D&D with you all.
I know a lot of games have been on Prime Video. If you have that.
No, this is on the Pac-12 network.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which I actually have Hulu Live TV, which has a lot of different sports stuff on it, but it's not going to have access to very specific network stuff like that. But that's okay. The Ducks are just absolutely steamrolling Arizona, 49-16 right now. So I'm not really missing anything. I'll just watch the highlights later, and that'll be fine. And then I think they have a bye week next week. I said that I might have interest in trying WoW Classic if they ever got as far as Wrath of the Lich King, and well, here I am.
Oh, is it?
I mean,
Going back to the Lich King days.
I'm just starting leveling. I mean, there are definitely some things
Okay.
that I miss. Like, I've started a few characters, and right now I'm playing a druid, and I'm like, I looked at the trainer, and I'm like, really? I don't get my cat form until level 20? That's crazy.
Oh hell yeah, brother! You don't get a mount until 40, and you better pay up. It's 90 gold.
No. We get it at 20. This is Wrath of the Lich King, not vanilla.
Okay.
But this is when I originally started, so like if I had played it before now, it wouldn't really be nostalgic.
Kind of how it was with me in Classic. I never played Classic.
But yeah, it's fun. You know, I'm enjoying the experience. I don't know if I'll keep playing it, but
I think Wrath is when I played it the most.
yeah. I mean, for me that was Mists of Pandaria. I really dived in that expansion, but yeah, I mean, I played Wrath a lot too. I think Wrath was probably the best expansion in my opinion, and my favorite was Mists of Pandaria. Those two things need not be mutually exclusive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've never played.
It's a pretty girly game.
I am pretty girly.
One could say you're 100% girl.
You're such a girl.
I mean, let's maybe not say 100%.
That's fair.
Nicole's such a girl. So
Takes one to know one.
I say that because the game itself is pretty social, so a lot of girls that play it do enjoy it. For that
Oh, I
reason.
don't like being social on games. People in video games, like online video games, tend to be not great people.
Oh yeah, sometimes.
it's because you never played League with me. I'm a great person.
Weren't you banned?
Several times.
Didn't you
Sorry, they
never
can't
get
handle
your main
wolf.
account back?
Sorry, they can't handle a little friendly trash talk.
I think if it were friendly, you wouldn't have gotten banned. I think
Well-
that's how banning works.
Well, League of Legends is run by the Communist Party of China, so they don't believe in, free speech and all that.
They don't have to. It's a private company.
So don't think that isn't League of Legends banned in China?
No, it is.
No,
It is owned by the Communist Party of China,
it is owned by Tencent.
and Tencent is mostly owned by the Communist Party of China.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
are we ready?
such a bad thing.
That
Bye-bye.
was the longest 2 minutes of my life.
I know there was a purpose behind it though. Make sure.
You should have seen Patch 8 when they did Tiananmen Square. Sorry, we got off on a tangent.
We did.
Several, actually.
Some of us more so than others.
Did you see my thing that I'm going to be gone on October 22nd and 29th?
October 22nd and 29th. I did not see that.
Yeah, I think I said it like a really long time ago.
Let me write it down.
And then was like, I should probably remind them closer to when it's happening.
Aw.
Because I have a work
October-
conference.
What? That's not important. It's the
And
22nd and
my
29th?
brother and sister-in-law's baby shower
What?
for their first baby.
So it's business and personal.
Yeah, well, I was always going to take that week of Halloween off because my friend is also throwing like a law school reunion Halloween party. And then I found out that the work conference was the week before, and
Right.
now
So
it's.
you were always going to ignore my birthday.
Yep.
All
Just
right.
wondering-
Well,
Would I be able to go to the sneaky chat with you real quick, Brian?
sure.
It'd be easier to talk about it.
Lots of sneaky chatting.
And then I have to go in the sneaky chat later. And then I think maybe Aaron, you have to go in the sneaky chat.
Of course.
And then maybe
Nobody
Jay,
ever
if
wants
you
to sneaky chat with me. It's okay.
You got some sneaky chat with the Harpers.
That's true. I was also just making a joke, but yes.
My sneaky chat was self-initiated.
Shame Raylan isn't here.
Who?
Shit.
Damn, son.
I would wholly not be surprised if Salty comes back having only known this person for 3 days and goes, I don't remember her name.
That's fair. I'm sure we'll have combat again someday.
Someday.
PvP combat or just normal combat?
Yes.
Right. Ocean Splendor pulls up to one of the river docks.
You sound a bit quiet, Brian.
Turn me up.
No,
The Ocean pulls up to the river docks. You can see the walled town of Daggerford sitting on the river. A few things catch your eye as you disembark and approach the town. One, you guys noticed over the last couple of days that Max is sweating profusely and seems a little pale and tired. Secondly, as you approach the town, it looks on the outside of the town there's some looks like fresh graves.
Did you move your mic away from your face?
I did not. I don't know why I'm.
No, it's better
quiet.
now.
Oh, no idea.
Huh.
So you notice some fresh graves outside of there, and it looks like they're digging a few more. And as you approach the walls of the city, it looks like some of the buildings in the town, a fair number of them, have some amount of fire damage, broken windows and doors. You can see, it looks like there probably were more, you guess, based on the graves that you saw coming into the city. But there are a small number of bodies piled up on the side of the road as you enter. And everyone's kind of watching you guys as you walk into the town a little bit.
Balzar's going to turn to a guard and say,
Has there having been an attack here?
There isn't really a guard to speak of in the town.
just someone,
But yeah,
whoever's-
you can go to a townsperson. Make a persuasion check, charisma check, either or both. Why not?
I'm not the best at those, but I will try. 15.
You approach one of the guys looks like he's kind of repairing the outside of one of the buildings, And he says, "So yeah, I guess it was maybe 3 days ago or so now. Time's been so weird lately, but some pirates, I guess, they got off their ships and they just assaulted the town. They damaged buildings and tried to take captives and rob some of the houses, and we had a number of people killed. It could have been worse, but we're still cleaning up the mess a little bit. They did a fair amount of damage."
Thank you for providing me this information.
Did
So, you're welcome.
did anything go missing in the town?
Well, they stole a fair number of stuff from some of the wealthier folk in town. They were targeting some of the bigger, more high-end houses, if you will. I assume because they know that there's going to be more valuable things in there. I'm not aware of anything specific missing, but I know some of the more prominent citizens of the town had some amount of wealth stolen from them. I don't really know beyond that.
Is there a town mayor that we can be speaking to?
Well, no, the Duchess Daggerford leads the town now. She's probably somewhere near the city center, I would guess.
Shall we go?
I think so.
Why don't you guys walk through town? It's not big, not small either. Kind of a medium-sized town. Definitely benefits from being fairly close to Waterdeep. But you can see there was a fairly substantial amount of damage done to the town. Property damage to the buildings. And when you reach the center of town, you see a kind of plain-looking, dark-haired woman in what you would, kind of noble's clothes. Not quite a dress, more like noble's working clothes, if you will. Traveling boots and pants and a cloak with a ornate sword on her hip. Seems to be in charge, directing traffic, kind of directing the rebuilding cleanup effort, if you will.
Think we walk up?
Yeah.
All right. She sees you coming, definitely recognizes you as not locals, and you have the look of mid-level adventurers. And she says, "You're new in town."
Yes.
Well, there's plenty of opportunity to make some coin, although probably not as much as you all are used to making, I'd imagine.
We are being here with purpose. But
With who? Who did you say?
With purpose.
With purpose. Oh.
But I am not understanding why you're having a pirate attack. This is happening all along the Sword Coast.
She kind of holds her hands out, like, I don't know. She says, "Well, your guess is as good as mine. I just assumed that with all the problems we've been having with pirates up and down the Sword Coast, we were just unlucky. They stole some riches, tried to take some captives, and we lost a number of brave men and women who attempted to fight back and protect their fellow citizens."
So as I look at this town, they don't have like a garrison or anything like that?
Not
or
that you see, no.
guards?
Nope. Does not appear to be so.
So it would be fairly safe to assume, how the fuck did these people fight off a pirate attack?
That seems like a reasonable question, yep.
Okay.
Were there any like special items in the riches that they took?
I'm not really aware of the details of what was taken. I suppose you could ask the individual families, but not that I'm aware of.
Which families specifically?
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. A number of the wealthier families had their homes broken into and some of their property taken. It sounds like you're asking if anything specific was targeted. Is there a reason you think something specific was targeted? Because I'm certainly not aware of it. It certainly seemed like a smash and grab type activity to me.
In the other places that have been being attacked recently, specific things were sought after and attempted to be taken or taken.
Were other cities attacked?
Yes.
Oh,
Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, Neverwinter.
they attacked those cities directly.
Yes.
I was wondering where the pirates that attacked that you guys, were they alive?
No, most of them were slain. A few escaped.
Were they undead?
No, there's undead pirates? No, they
Yes.
were just regular, smelly, greedy, savage pirates. I'm very glad I brought in mercenaries after this attack. We don't really have, a guard or an army, so I hired
I'm
some
looking around
mercenaries
for
after the attack.
mercenaries now.
We don't have a guard.
They should be here in a couple of days. They left from Waterdeep. It's a few days march. I imagine they should be arriving here in the next 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, they don't have any guards, Thomas.
How did you depose the original attack?
Oh well, we have the town has a protector. She happened to be visiting at the time, so she was able to. We were able to benefit from her presence once again. We're very grateful that she's here.
And who is this protector?
Well, she's probably visiting her parents at the orphanage. Her name is Callista.
Oh shit.
Who has parents at an orphanage?
Well, adoptive parents, obviously.
Callista does.
I'm just saying, the reason why you're in an orphanage is because you don't have parents.
Have any of us heard of this Callista?
Make a history check.
Aaron has.
Balazar has not.
Why do I have a plus 12?
Great question. You read a lot of books, Max.
I don't even have proficiency in it.
That can't be right.
That doesn't seem right then.
For some reason in the settings, I have plus 13 added to it. Let's go ahead and take that away.
That doesn't seem right.
So that's not a 27, that's a 14, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Well, I rolled an 18.
Or wait,
It's a
Oh,
14,
no.
not a 27.
Leah, you don't really know of this person, but you have heard of the name that this person was part of the group that was involved in the Avernus and El Terrell fiasco.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, the party with the guy with the big cloud skull. Lord.
Am I just learning right now that everyone pretty much used intelligence as their dump stat?
Party of dumb, weak swimmers.
I did not use intelligence as my dub stat. It's just it does not make sense for Balazar to have any way to have any idea who this person is. So I didn't roll.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
that was
I didn't
persuasion.
use intelligence as my dump stat. I used strength, intelligence, and charisma as my dump stats.
How dare you, Nicole? How dare you?
Yeah, because I did the same thing.
So she can use what's Callista isn't here all the time, and so I thought it would be better if we had some trained soldiers, at least until the pirate activity dies down a bit.
Callista person is able to fight off these pirates by herself.
She smirks and she says, yes, she has her ways.
I hear she likes to force cage people and make them stun forever because they don't have high enough intelligence.
Yeah, if our party fought Callista, that would be bad.
Make intelligence check. No!
So I would know that she's a part of the crew that took down Cloth.
Yes, that's basically the extent of your knowledge of it.
Okay.
She's one of those people in the itty bitty little background on Giles's board.
Right.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, I would share those two pieces of information with everybody.
She is killing cloth. This is good.
Are you planning on staying in town for a couple of days?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. I always loved having good-natured adventurers in town.
We are having a meeting here with someone 2,
Oh.
3 days from now.
Well, enjoy the town. It's unfortunately back on our heels a bit, but there are some good establishment with comfortable beds and good food. It's a very comfortable place. I think you'll like.
So you were mentioning some opportunities to assist or make some coin, I believe you mentioned.
Well, I'm sure it's way too low for your pay grade, but we need all the help we can get right now, cleaning up the town, repairing the buildings, blessing the dead.
Was there a price that you stated?
Well, no, it would be a laborer's price. That's why I said I think it's far below your pay grade.
Perhaps
Okay.
we can be talking to this Callista person. They might have information about the attack. We can see if it is tied to these other pirates or simply a random attack.
All right. Where did you say the orphanage was?
She points down the road.
Oh. Also, I definitely, for a second, thought Salty could totally just bless the dead. Just, whatever.
Yeah, I'll do it. Hey, sorry you died. Hope you have a good afterlife. Next.
Hope you didn't get one of those shitty afterlives.
That's why I paused for so long, because I was like, no, don't. Move along.
Sorry, you're probably in hell.
It would just be like,
Next.
bless you. Next. Bless you. Next. Bless you.
I'm an assembly
What?
line, people.
You guys make your way down to the orphanage, and it's a pretty nice building. Honestly, it's obviously been well kept. It looks new, like a new construction. Very high quality construction materials, and you can see kind of kids playing in the front of the building, and there's a tiefling woman in the front playing with the children using magic to make illusions and little shows, and the kids are laughing and giggling and running around. And you can see an older woman in the doorway kind of watching over the kids.
I assume we will approach.
As soon as the party of highly armed adventurers walks through the gate, the tiefling woman kind of straightens up and pays attention to you as she kind of gestures for you to not get too close. She's not obviously quite sure what to make of you, kind of holds up at a hand to kind of stay at a little bit of a distance. And as you approach, you can see she's still got some kind of minor wounds. She appears to be limping just a little bit.
Give me one moment, please. I'm doing her voice now.
This is going to be the Aaron one-man show, by the way.
Nice. Nobody say anything.
Oh my god,
God.
Balazar and Callista should have a really long, complex conversation.
No, we're not doing that. I need you guys to do the lion's share of the
Hello,
time
hello,
here.
Miss Callista. This is our friend Balazar.
We're gonna leave now.
How about
I
yourself?
believe you both
I got
have
some
lots
dead
in
to
common.
bless.
Callista is going to look to each of the let's see, there's 4 of us, right? Each of the 4 adventurers, and her eyes are going to kind of flutter for a brief second once she looks towards each of you, and then she goes, okay, you can come closer now. I know you don't mean any harm.
Max is gonna go sit wherever there's shade.
Salty will just walk up and stand behind Balazar.
Balazar will approach as well.
Uh,
Somebody has to talk.
To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
so there was a pirate attack?
Yes.
And you tell us about it?
Well, they came and attacked the city. Um, I was able to capture a couple of them actually, and through some, I suppose, negotiation, able to get some information out of them. But
Oh God.
they, at first, I thought they were just here for to raid, but that apparently wasn't the case. They came here for me for some reason.
And you don't
Why?
know why they came here for you.
To kill me. As for why they want to kill me, I don't know.
Would it be possible for us to see these pirates that you captured?
Well, I don't have them here, but I believe they're still under guard.
Can you write us a note or something to allow us to see them, or do we even need that?
Why would you want to see them?
I'm looking for some certain pirates here. I just want to see if they're them.
Well, you know who the pirates you work for serve? Or the name of their group?
No, unfortunately I don't. I don't really know too much about them. I've only seen a few of them myself. Any other information that I might know about, you'd have to ask the DM over here. Not sure how
Yes.
much we've worked out on that.
Yeah, I
Ask
don't
God,
think you would really.
please.
Yeah, I don't think you would really know much more than that. Maybe other than names and what they look like.
Alright.
Well, in her interrogation, she would have found out everything they had to know about anything. So she would mention the names of these pirates and their leader, and say
It would
if
it would come out in your conversation that those are not the pirates he's looking for.
Okay. Well, it doesn't sound like the pirates I'm looking for. I was kind of hoping they would. We might have been able to shine some light on why they were going after you.
In what way?
Well, since they're different pirates, it doesn't matter anymore. I don't know anything. Sorry.
she would insight check that. Uh,
Just
8
roll
million.
a d20. I mean, we
Yeah.
know he's got a monster.
well, her insight isn't that great.
It's wisdom. Yeah.
It's okay, but I don't know what you add to that, Brian, or if you brought her.
I would say
character sheet over.
Callista's not quite sure. She thinks he's being on the up and up, but not 100% convinced.
Okay. Well, if it's something that you don't talk about freely, then I won't, of course, make you.
So I imagine you
I
could.
appreciate it.
What's that?
I said I imagine you probably could if you wanted to.
I wouldn't have to.
Alazar, you're being pretty quiet. Any questions?
Who are these pirates working for? You say you know this information, yes? Yes, they are the Black Armada, and they are working for the Sea King Tentrix.
So there are some pirates that we're looking after, just different ones from the ones I was talking about earlier.
Oh, you're aware of these pirates?
Yes, I believe they've been attacking cities up and down the Sword Coast, but normally they go for certain items. I guess they do go to one place for a certain person.
Who?
Don't remember his name. Balazar, do you remember?
Renimini.
Who, the wizard?
Can't think of
Yeah.
his name either.
Ramazith Flame Singer or something like that.
Renimini.
The wizard, the
The
Ramazeth
Aranime.
Flame Singer. He was taken from the city of Baldur's Gate, and we do not know where he has gone.
I'm afraid I don't know either. I never really knew him. I haven't spent a lot of time in Baldur's Gate.
You don't mind me asking, where'd you get the dragon scale that's on the leather string around your neck?
Oh. Well, this is from one of the dragons that we dealt with. I believe, if I recall, this one was actually in Avernus. We dealt with several, 5 at least, maybe 6.
I hear there was an awesome and crazy monk that drank some blood at Tiamat one day.
You're such a shit.
I'm afraid he died.
But didn't you have a monk companion that lived?
And not that school one.
Actually, Chi, I met with 2-3 weeks ago, perhaps.
Do you meet up often with the group of people that you defeated Cloth with?
Not often, but from time to time. I see my brother probably the most of all. He's in Elturel.
Huh? Do you know Giles?
Of course.
Did you know that he has a giant painting in his
Yes, I am aware of Giles's painting.
I want to insight check that.
She's not lying. She's
Well,
she's aware
Just the
of
way
it.
she said it, she was like disappointed in like how the painting is, or like
She's a little
Giles.
exasperated by it.
A little eye rolly.
Just like,
Okay.
yeah, I know. not disappointed, just like, oh, Giles.
I can just see how that conversation went. Callista's like, dude, what's... And he's like, I swear I told them to make you bigger. I don't know why.
And she is ripping from his mind the actual information. Flipping through it like it's a Rolodex.
And she realized he forgot to mention them at all, and they were actually added in after the fact.
Right.
Giles, I know you know. Oh, right.
You said Chi was Chi that the monk that was in the painting, or that panda.
The Pandaren, yes.
What about that big metal guy that I saw in there?
Oh, he was Nikolai, I believe. Servant of which god? That
Talos? Talos?
Thanatos. Was it Thanatos or Talos? Talos.
I think it's
I think it was Talos.
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 Yeah.
He was a cleric of Talos. He apparently hibernates for very long periods of time until he's needed.
What do you do on your?
Oh, go ahead.
What do you do in your free time now?
I try to help those who are less fortunate in life.
I haven't been very fortunate. Do you want to come with us and kill some krakens?
I'm afraid I can't. Though I do see that something seems to ail you.
It'll pass. Sometimes the sun just bothers me. So did I feel like getting Callista to join our party.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get a level 20 warlock to join your party.
I tried.
He's the perfect warlock.
Are you having any idea of where these pirates came from?
I don't know where they came from, but I did find out that they were supposed to report back to the port in Skog. I'm not entirely sure where that is, but
Do you know if there was a time frame attached to that report?
just that they were to report their success there.
Do we know where that place is?
Let's see. What kind of a check would that be? History, I guess, is probably the closest thing.
Geography.
Can I use my plus 12 history? Or do I have to use my not modified?
I think I think your actual history would be good.
6.
Hold up. 18.
19.
And
Oh.
I would.
Would Salty have advantage?
Yeah, it's kind of it would make sense for Salty's background for him to have a better idea or a more likely chance of.
Down there, huh?
Down on the lantern.
Salty knows where Skaug is.
Well, I think we know one of our destinations now.
Yeah.
Salty will mention that it's a. Well, what does Salty know about it? How much did I get out of that?
What is your background again?
That's a great question, Brian. Thank you for asking.
A heathen Umberly.
I'm a sailor.
That's what I thought. I was pretty sure that was the case.
I did have to check. But it was because I couldn't remember if I was a sailor or a pirate. But I was a sailor.
You know that Skaug is a
Wretched
in
hive
quote-
of scum and villainy.
that's a great way to describe it. In quoting fingers, an independent port that welcomes anybody and everybody. It has a reputation for being lawless and violent.
So it's Nassau.
And they are also known to encourage, or I should say, discourage the lawful navies of the Sword Coast's presence around. So they do not allow the ships of the navies of Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep or Neverwinter or Lascan or Gundarloon or anything like that to dock in the town. They're not welcome.
I like the ship that we're on.
So like the ship that you're on, yeah.
I will mention this to everybody.
Everybody.
Well, does anyone else have any more questions? Sorry for taking up your time so much, Callista, there.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. I hope I've been helpful.
Extreme.
Very helpful, actually.
Balzar, any more questions from you?
Say, Callista, what are you doing tonight? Around, like, say, 8 p.m., you want to go grab some dinner?
Are you asking me on a date?
Normally it would be, but then I just stopped talking. I really don't like the sun right now.
She's just gonna do a surface level detect thoughts on you to see what's actually going on in your brain right now. What's at the forefront of your mind right now?
Forefront of my mind is that I'm hungry and I really want to get out of the sun.
Does she get the nature of your hunger from that?
No, I don't think so. Just be that I'm really hungry. You might hear me saying that I need to feed, but nothing more than that.
She's gonna have to roll an insight on that, and doesn't get it. Okay. Well, I suppose I could join you all in the tavern tonight if you wanted, but I don't think I could really promise anything beyond that. But you all seem like decent people.
Well, not gonna pressure you to do anything. I mean, if you want to join, you can. If not, that's fine too. Thought I'd put it out there.
Very smooth. Pretend not to care.
That won't work on her.
And I think that's where we'll call it a night.
Okay.
Welcome back.
One of the things that she could hypothetically do to if it would be beneficial is she does have the spell teleportation circle, so she could go get Raylan and bring Raylan back to the group if that's something that we would want to have happen.
What we really want is for her to go get Giles and Chi and Nikolai, bring them, and then
Get
we
the
all go
gang
down.
back together.
Yeah, we all go down to the poorest scarring and just mess it up.
Before I forget too, I'm going to give Aaron inspiration for being a great sport and talking to himself, because that was freaking awesome.
I tried my best.
It was great. It was great. I was trying not to interrupt you, but I was thoroughly enjoying it.
I'm a little bit disappointed that Thomas's character wasn't there because I think Thomas's character and Callista would have had a great interaction.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, I think it would have been great because I think Thomas's character would have been really brash and kind of tried to assert herself and would have quickly found out that Callista is the much bigger fish.
Callista doesn't need to see what's going on in Raylan's head.
That would have been interesting too. If Callista weren't an NPC, that's probably something Callista would have done. Is just deep dive. What's going on in here?
Like, so what's going on with Raylan?
Oh God.
I need to go. I'm sorry. I'm hungry. There's food. There's.
She's a
Oh, did you
dick.
call me? Hello.
Yeah,
I think someone's calling me.
You guys all seem like good people. Looks at Raylan. Oh.
Well, that was the first thing she did was a surface level detect thoughts on everyone to make sure that they didn't mean any harm. And when she was like, okay, cool, no one means any harm, great. But yeah, she would have just ripped everything out of those pirates' minds.
Pirates.
So I wanted to be, because maybe I missed this. She doesn't know why they were after her. They were just told to go get her, and that was it.
They were told to kill her.
Oh,
She doesn't know why.
okay.
But
then that means they don't know why.
correct. They were just following orders.
See, this is why you should always ask questions.
Because like she would have sifted through their minds the way you sift through files on a computer. She would have known absolutely everything about them.
So you like click open one and go, no, not this one, and then you click open another one and go, oh. And you go through 15 more, and then you finally find something worthwhile.
Pretty much, and she would have gone through every little bit of it because I doubt those guys can pass a DC 24 check to not have their minds be shredded by her. She was really strong. I guess it's DC 22. Even so. I doubt those guys have a positive intelligence stat. They're pirates.
Not that there's anything wrong with having not having a positive intelligence stat
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
for our negative intelligence people out there.
I think the only one in our entire group who would have a hope of saving against her is Balazar, and his wouldn't be that high.